Great. I'm not going to worry about any of my friends. Welcome to A Time of Total Warfare, a Battletech campaign. We'll be combining the RPG system A Time of War with the tabletop battle game Total Warfare, which is where you play as giant mechs. I would like to read an excerpt from both rulebooks real quick to set the stage before we go ahead and tell you about our campaign and make some characters. Battletech is a science fiction space opera, a factional militarized universe set in the 31st century, a future where humanity has spread to the stars and spawned titanic interstellar empires, each nation controlling hundreds of worlds across a region of space stretching 1,000 light years and beyond. Following the rise of 6 great noble houses, a mighty Star League was formed, heralding a golden age of prosperity. However, treachery undermined the Star League and led to the murder of the First Lord and the fall of House Cameron. The rulers of the remaining 5 great houses each proclaimed themselves the new First Lord of the crumbling Star League, and thus began the Succession Wars. For 12 generations, armies of Battlemechs have clashed across more than 2,000 colonized planets of the Inner Sphere, visiting such destruction on humanity's technological capabilities that old scavenged mechs outperform newly built models. Whether wet behind the ears recruits or grizzled veterans, mercenaries are the wild cards that can tip the balance in combat. These Mechwarriors run the razor's edge between legend and destruction, and possess the necessary skills and the right amount of luck to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. So, I am Arthur Perkins, this is APGamingREAL. As you can see, all of our pilots have picked their Battlemechs above their Twitter handles. We have their designators. If you go on Google and type Battletech and that code number, it should pull up which mech that they are piloting, so you can look at it. Rad, of course, decided to play the biggest mech, the best mech, and the one with claws. And no jump jets.
I didn't know any of those things were true until you just told them to me. So, but it sounds right.
I mean, you knew that you had claws.
I knew that I had claws.
You've been posting non-stop imagery of the crab with its claws. You were like, man, I really want to draw it with both claws instead of just one.
I need all the claws.
Interestingly, you're the only heavy mech that actually has arms in the party. I'm sorry, the only medium mech.
No, I got arms.
Do you? The Wolverine has arms?
Yeah.
So I was reading up on it and doing my due diligence, my research on different
you have
mechs.
one arm.
And I couldn't figure out what's the benefit
I think
of
it's
having
only one
a
arm
hand.
that has weapons.
What's the benefit of having a hand? You can pick
people
stuff
were
up.
always like, "Oh, it's a real negative that this mech doesn't have an articulating hand." And
You
I was
can
like, wow.
you can pick things up. You can punch people. You can't punch people with gun arms.
What? At all? Like
No.
It's not allowed?
I mean, you'll break the weapon.
Um,
It turns out that when you beat someone to death with a rifle, the rifle might not be okay at the end.
I mean, I can. Never mind.
Need a better
Rad's
rifle.
just like, Rad's like, actually, as a
I
sergeant.
can guarantee you that's not true.
Yes,
Apparently you got
but
a
let me
cheap
tell you
one.
something. When you're using a rifle to beat a thing made of rifles, it's a bit different.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, that rings true for me. Thank you.
It's true.
The clarification.
True. Let's introduce all of our players here, and then we'll get talking about how we make characters. Rad, are you keeping your character from last time?
No, I'm gonna do a new one.
All right.
tonight.
So Sid, I'm gonna throw some questions at you after this, so that you'll have something to do, and of course you need to buy equipment.
Yeah, that's mainly what I would be spending my time with, is investing my wealth into things that will benefit me.
So I'd normally
Because I
start.
like me.
I'd normally start with Sid. However, since it's Rad's fault that we started 45 minutes late, I'm gonna jump to him. Probably in the future, we're gonna officially start around 8:15 to 8:20, so that when Rad arrives, we get started on time. But just assume that if you show up around 8 o'clock, we'll get started at some point, probably. Rad, who are you? Where can people find you, and what do you do?
I'm Raddosaurus. You can find me on Twitter, although it will look mostly like a ghost town when you go there. But if you message me on Twitter, I'll absolutely respond to you. You can also find me on a couple different Discords, including Arthur's, so you can always chase that down. I'm sure it's in a Twitch comment somewhere. I do commissioned artwork for primarily character artwork. I could do landscapes and stuff, but it's not really my forte. If you really want to see what I'm best at, it's character stuff. So if you play it like in a D&D game or any sort of tabletop stuff, you want like a cool gift for somebody, I do character art. So I've drawn people as superheroes for their birthdays and family portrait stuff and magical schoolgirls and all of those sorts of things. Although those are not in my wheelhouse.
Didn't I just order 2 magical girls from you last night?
Yes, you
I
did.
feel like we spent like 20 minutes talking about all of the magical schoolgirls I needed you to draw for me.
As I sat on my couch having a panic attack, trying to figure out how in God's name I was going to make all this happen. Yep, that happened last night. But yeah, I'm willing to try and draw whatever you want me to draw.
He'll do anything for money. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, that is exactly what I'm saying. And I haven't had any complaints yet, so I'm good, I guess.
It's OVA all over again.
No disappointed.
Wow.
As of yet.
If you thought that was bad, Sid, you should go watch the OVA character creation. I've made so many worse jokes about artists on that one.
But yeah, that's me in a nutshell. I'm happy to be here. I'm really excited. I feel like this campaign's been a long time in the making, and I've kind of been along with Arthur and Sid here this whole time as we've kind of geared up for this campaign over the last several months. And
yeah.
I'm really excited to be sitting here about to kick it off.
You also made the logo for this show.
I did. I made that logo.
That A Time of Total Warfare logo
right
there that looks dope as shit.
Right. Yes, I drew that.
I feel really good about challenging you to do new things when I was like, listen, man, I want you to do this thing where the missiles go through the logo. And you're like, I don't know how to do that. And I'm like, don't ask me, man.
Yeah, so like I was saying, I'll draw anything, even if I'm not good at it. This logo right here is a perfect example of me drawing something that I had no idea that I was going to be able to draw. But I was like, yes, send me money. I'll do it.
I did.
And it turned out all right. So.
Wait, no, I didn't send you money for this one.
Oh,
I keep asking you to fucking invoice me for this. God damn
and sometimes I'll forget to charge you, and you'll just get it for free.
Forget that. I've literally reminded you like 7 times.
Yeah.
I begged you to give me an invoice.
Arthur's money's no good. It's no good to me. Well, okay. I mean,
I hope it's good for you. I just ordered like $200 worth of art last night.
It's not uncommon for me to get really into a project and enjoy it so much that I feel like the project itself was its own reward and payment. So,
what are you, like a 1990s cartoon ending?
No, I don't usually give stuff away for free, but if you, I will say this does remind me of this. If you are a content creator on Twitch, I generally do discounts and stuff if you want to work with me to have art for your overlay or build your overlay or any of those kind of things. Most of my work comes from Twitch content creators. So if that's you, if you want some of that stuff to liven up your stream, then give me a shout out and let's talk and see what we can do.
Sid, it's up to you now. Who are you? Where can people find you? And what do you do?
Oh God, I'm uploading a video on an announcement on YouTube. You interrupted me.
Yeah.
Yes, I am SidAlpha. I'm here. I am doing things in the background, but that's quite all right because while I'm not here blowing things up, I'm over on YouTube where apparently I'm dealing with a shady little developer who just doesn't know when to quit. It's been a very interesting week, and it's snowing. It's snowing outside. I mentioned that earlier. There's all sorts of nasty, gross white stuff outside my window, and it's very unpleasant. A little cold and kind of wet. So it's been a day. But yeah, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to get rolling. Actually, thankfully, I lucked out over everyone else because I'm keeping the character sheet that I spent so many hours making and then remaking over the course of the past few weeks. So I'll be just over here waiting and picking out all my equipment with my 50,000 credits that my 5 wealth gives me.
Before you get too far on that, I'm gonna send something in Discord. That's the basic gear that you get.
Excellent.
For being part of a mercenary unit. So you don't need to buy those things.
Yes, I'm getting asked if I kept my Glassjaw in Rival. I did keep my -1 in Glassjaw, and I do have a -2 in Enemy.
I mean,
which
for
I'm
sure
Arthur will put to great use.
For sure, if you have Glassjaw, your enemy is going to be like this close combat expert ninja warrior.
Golden Glove winning brawler. I'm going to be championing the illiteracy cause.
No, please don't. Not this again. Not this again. This is buffoonery. We've already done this once, Raddosaurus.
It was so good.
Sid, is there anything else you want to say about yourself, like your award-winning games journalism?
Not a journalist.
Award-winning games commentary.
Yeah, it's been pretty interesting. The adpocalypse has assaulted my channel in force, and I've seen my ad revenue decrease by 90%. So that's fun. That's a lot of fun. But thankfully, it's given me a chance to severely pimp out my Patreon, and a lot of people have been stepping up. It's been amazing. In fact, since the stream started, I got another one. Another person decided to donate. How much? $5. Wow. Thank you, Athena, for the $5 pledge. That's amazing. So yeah, never count out how awesome a community can be. I mean, everyone has been pulling so hard to help me out because, video games, turns out they're kind of expensive. And when you piss off a lot of developers, you don't get a lot of review code, apparently.
That's true.
So So it's been really amazing to see so many people pulling for me, and it's renewed my faith a little bit in humanity. But hopefully the apocalypse will reverse itself. Yes, I am a bitter old man, but thankfully a lot of my viewers are not. So.
All right. Speaking of bitter old men, let's jump over to Pondothemad. Who are you? Where can people find you? And what do you do?
I'm Pondo or Pondothemad. I'm over at YouTube or Twitch at both at /Pondothemad. I hang out in Arthur's Discord a little bit. Bug him every on occasion. Gets disappointed me every time.
You've got your own Discord.
I do. It's also, I don't know how you can look up Discords, honestly.
I just
Not sure if you
make
can.
a Discord command on Twitch and people can type Discord.
I did on my channel.
That's some next level shit.
Yeah. Found that out.
Ooh, I should create a redirect for you.
Just like
let me just go buy pondothemad.com.
Variety.SidAlpha.com again. We're gonna
just like Hacker Man.
I mean, you could do what you feel like, Sid. That's.
I'll just have everyone.SidAlpha.com.
I really need Sid to get a Nintendo Power Glove now.
I keep meaning to bring mine to the stream. I keep forgetting.
Oh, you have one?
Yeah, it's in my attic somewhere.
Nice.
Right in the same box as my Power Pad.
Holy crap, you have the Power Glove and the Power Pad.
Power Pad,
I'm
Glove.
coming to your house to play video games.
When you get down on all fours and you pound the Power Pad with your hands to jump the hurdles because you're too slow with your feet. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Living the dream.
Pondy, what do you do when you stream or YouTube or Twitter or Discord?
I usually play video games.
That's a wise move.
Yeah.
A lot of political commentary.
Yeah,
I don't know.
All up in the politics. I'm a very political man. No. I know some pop culture stuff. It's about as far as I get. All right, Arthur every time tries to talk to me about anime. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
That's true.
Me neither, but I've dipped a toe in now. So
yeah, I heard you dip a toe in Kill la Kill.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting one to dip a toe in.
I mean, that's a great one to dip a toe in on.
My toe got chopped right off.
Here's the problem with Rad is that he's starting with like the top 10 of anime, and then he's going to be ruined forever. He's going to be like, Trigun, what is this shit? This isn't anywhere near as good as Kill la Kill.
That's fine. I'm fine with I could digest a few series and then just fade back into the shadows.
I feel you. That's me.
Yeah. English, this is our first time working together.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome. I actually don't know the answer to these questions. Who are you? Where can people find you, and what do you do?
Well, I'm Englishmudkip. You can find me by the same name on YouTube and Twitch. I'm starting to get into streaming. Usually stream earlier. You can find me on Twitter and the handle arrow1233, which I am thinking of changing that. And to what do I do while I stream? I mainly play Slime Rancher for the moment.
Okay. Slime Rancher. Excellent.
It's still a game that I haven't had a chance to check out yet.
It's
probably
a
do
fun
that.
game. I do suggest it.
See, I'm concerned because it's a builder, right? Or a
No.
crafting style game.
It does have crafting implements, but
Hate it already.
it's mainly a
first-person sandbox.
You must despise Minecraft.
I do.
Try.
I actually do.
Stardew Valley with slimes.
That's not a joke.
I mean, Stardew Valley has slimes.
No, but slimes is your main farm.
Slimes is your main thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Stardew Valley. That what's that new phone app? Harvest something? The Animal Crossing, whatever. Someone help me out here. No,
I have no idea what you're talking about. You lost me a phone game.
I don't have a phone. I don't believe
How did I end up on a stream with these people? I'm Arthur Perkins. I run a channel called APGamingREAL. I've worked with everybody but English here quite a few times, and English has been hanging out with me quite often lately. Battletech is a thing that I've been into for about 15 years. I've read most of the novels. There's about 100 of them, so that's a lot of Battletech. They cover a long time. Almost 150 years. A lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
Before Game of Thrones, there was Battletech. Battletech is what happens when you play Game of Thrones with giant space robots. And to be clear here, these giant space robots aren't like Gundams. They're more like the mobile suits at the beginning of every Gundam show where they turn really slow and only have one weapon and walk incredibly slow, and everyone's like, huh, this is my mass-produced Zeod machine, whatever. Like, that's all Battlemechs at this time. They are very big. They walk super slowly. They only have like 3 weapons. Don't worry, we'll get to the Gundams later on. They're called the clans. They'll show up later in the show. And they'll be awesome.
They're like giant Robocops from Robocop 1.
They will be my death. I foresee it.
We are playing in a time and a place. As I mentioned, Battletech crosses about 200 years. We're starting in my favorite timeline of Battletech, which is the pre-clan invasion to clan invasion. So we're starting in 3047. For all of my players here, they need to know who and what and where we are. You are members of a unit called Crow's Black. This is a mercenary company run by Harold Crow. It is a military company in size. The first lance is called Crow's Talon and is a platoon of infantry. The second lance is called Crow's Wings and are IFV and APC mechanized transports for the Talons. And you are all members of the pursuit lance called the Crow's Eyes. You have just joined this newly formed mercenary unit under Harold Crow. You are the Mechwarriors. You are the elite. You are the knights on the battlefield. It is November 1st, 3047, and you are on the planet of Sluis, which is soon to join an entity called the Rim Collection, which is forming. Nearby pirate raids come in the form of a man called Hopper Morrison, who has found a series of underground bases from the age-old entity, the Star League Defense Force, and has taken these ancient war machines, which are so much better than today's modern weaponry, and have put them to good use, wrecking the good people of Sluis and all of the soon-to-be unified Rim Collection worlds. You have been hired to defend the local trading spaceport near the capital city, and your unit is deployed as a first line of defense. So, let's make our mercenaries. Sid, why don't you tell us about your character while I get set up, because I know you've got an attachment to the first lieutenant.
Yes, my character, Maxwell Harridan, hails from the Lyran Alliance, Coventry to be precise. Has grown up a wealthy military brat So he basically grew up going through all the military schools and spent a few tours of duty. Currently, he is a medium mech pilot, and generally, you're all around officer school. He is a low rank officer. He's not one of the butter bars style lieutenants. He actually worked for it a little bit.
I mean, the Lyran Alliance is very famous for their officers all being relatively incompetent and only given their ranks because they're social. So I'm sure you won't have any racism thrown at you in that regard.
No, absolutely.
So we are using the character module life path. Sid, of course, has already built his character. Rad has some experience in this, and Pondo plus English will be going through the rather painful hours-long process for the first time tonight. So let's see here. I forget where exactly it says how much you have to throw in at the beginning. Let's see here.
As far as experience? I think
Yeah.
I've always done that.
Okay, universal fixed experience points. All right, so this is what it does. You need to put 100 points in all of your attributes.
Yeah, it's already done that.
20 points in a primary or secondary language, 20 points in English, and 10 in perception.
Right.
So if you want to pick English a second time as your language, you can just put 40 points into it. If there's a second ethnicity that you really would like to be from, certainly put your points in that.
It's 10 for the secondary, or is it 20?
It's 20 and 20 for each language skill, and then it's 10 for perception.
Oh, 10 for perception. Okay.
I have some questions for you real quick, Sid. I'm going to send them on Discord. Everybody will be going through these questions, but these are for you to answer while you have extra time building your equipment sheet.
Okay, so... And would you like me to answer these verbally or not?
No, just write them down, and I'll ask you later for the answers. Okay. So, on stage 0 of character creation for the rest of you, we need to figure out what your affiliations are. I think, English, you said you wanted to be a mercenary brat?
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see here. I think that means you need to take... not Terran. Is it Independent that gets the mercenary subclass? Yep. Okay, so you need to take the module Independent. It's on page 63. And then you take the mercenary sub-branch of that. You'll notice it will give you fixed experience points. For instance, you'll get plus 20 to your will, plus 20 to your edge, minus 20 to your equipped, etc. You need to put all those onto your sheet as you go down. Rad, Pondo, any inclination as to where you want to start being from? Where were you born?
I think I'm going to stick with the Free Worlds League.
You want to be from the Southwest Trinity again?
I think so.
Okay, so you need to be from one of them there, Southwesty Worlds. I think that's the Duchy of Andurian. Was that where we determined you were from?
I remember it just being... other FWL world.
Okay, yeah, just go take other FWL world then. That'll work. So you're from the trio of planets that's like Texas, Mexico, and Native American colonists who have arrived to set up new cowboy worlds and are generally a pain in the ass to everyone around them.
Absolutely accurate.
Need some House Steiner. SidAlpha's character's from Coventry. And he's a first lieutenant. Sorry, first lieutenant. He's as Steiner as you can get.
Just throw up in my mouth.
he was born with that silver stick up his ass.
Oh yeah.
Pondo, how about you, buddy? Do you have a affiliation you like?
Was it Free Worlds we talked about? Where it was like Nunu? Was it Nunu?
Yeah, you want to be from the same place Rad is from? The Intendancy of Nunu, Spain, the trio of Southwest worlds. Okay, so you need to go to page 56, go to Free Worlds League. You're going to take the fixed XP, and then you're also going to take other FWL worlds.
56?
Yep.
I'm going to write this down.
And And then you'll probably want to take Spanish as your secondary language.
That was the idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea. English, I'm going to jump to you. I'm guessing you're taking Born Mercenary Brat for your first stage, one module.
What module?
Your
stage 1 module. So after you're born, you choose your kidness.
Oh, young. I think it was going to be military school.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Military school might be the level 2 one.
No, that's military schools in stage 2 module. Like
Yeah. You're still in stage 1. You're still a kid.
Stage 1. Yeah, that's
stage 1. You can take Born Mercenary Brat, which is where you're born into a mercenary company.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to note there that there are prerequisites for it.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have strength, body, and will of 4. You don't need to have them now, but when you're done building your character, you must have those.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and it's got plenty of fixed XP there. Oh, Jesus, it has illiterate. Well, I'm never going to be able to escape that.
I have dyslexia in real life, so that doesn't bother me either.
Illiterate is really bad in this game.
Oh, yeah.
When you pilot a 30-foot tall Battlemech, you really should be able to read the controls. Or the operations manual.
This bullet button looks right.
Just press the red one that's shaped like a bomb.
Yeah,
over and over again.
Seems legit.
So, Pondo, Rad, when you guys are done your stage 0 stuff, let me know so we can jump to stage 1.
Beep, 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 beep.
All right, so module is...
Can you paint me a picture of what the aesthetic of this world is, Arthur? Like, how do people dress? What is it? What's like the technology level outside of giant robots? Like,
actually, their technology includes giant robots.
Right,
I will read from the wiki.
Laser guns, are they bullets?
No, I'll get it for you. Here's their culture from the wiki.
Okay.
The people of the region emulate the southwestern United States and Mexico's Old West mentality from the 1900s. Many of the people are heavily religious, rough, tumble, and violent. The populations of the planets tend to fight or squabble among themselves due to their clannish ways. Many religious leadership figures are also engaged as warriors to attempt to earn the respect of the rough people they lead. Women among the male chauvinists are known to break away from their expected homemaker roles by joining the military to get away from societal norms. I want to jump in here and note that in the series of novels that covers the Southwest worlds, almost all of the women carry a pound of peaches in their bag, and anytime gives them shit, they just fucking beat them to death with that. So that's a real southern thing, by the way, carrying a pan of peaches so that you can beat attackers to death. The people raise herd animals, such as violent variations of American bison, longhorn, and Brahma. The animals cause many young rancher children on the Trinity worlds to become adept agromech pilots to handle man-hunting beasts. So to be clear here, they need the unarmed version of Battlemechs just to be able to herd these animals, which are like 20 feet tall and 100 feet long. That's what their world is like. The steaks, when they make steaks, they make something the whole community can eat together.
Interesting.
They put the whole meaning into cube steak.
Yeah.
These are like,
it's literally just a cube of meat.
It's just a cube.
Like GMO bison, where they're like giant and scary.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
They're genetically engineered for sure.
Okay. I like it.
Pondo, you know where you want to go for early childhood, stage 1 development?
I have to look at that real quick.
Well, I mean,
Right,
if you're not ready, don't.
I'm not ready. I'm trying to figure out how to load in all this stuff from the
If you need help, feel free to ask somebody other than me. Rad and Sid have done this before.
Sid,
they've both made one more characters than I have.
Yes.
How do I load in the mod, or do I need to like manually enter this stuff?
For for the modules, how to enter them on the sheet.
Yes.
You just have to manually adjust them.
Gotcha. All right.
All right, let's look at early childhood.
So just take them one stat at a time for each module.
Gotcha.
And don't forget to keep track of the amount of experience points that it costs for each module, because when it's all said and done, you have a max total of 5,000.
Yep. It sounds more like Yugoslavia. Actually, there are a number of Russians on those worlds, on the Southwest Trinity, because it's in the FWL.
One thing I am having a hard time locating is my tech and legality ratings for equipment.
That's a great point. Let me look that up.
Because my equipped is different than it was originally.
Okay. What is your equip now?
I'm at 275, so that's 2 points in equipped and 5 in wealth. And I'm not sure if rank has any factor or not.
Your equipped ratings are tech level D, availability C, legality C.
Okay, DCC. Tech D.
Availability C, legality C.
C.
Oh,
C. Okay.
Can I pose a question generally to the group here?
No.
Okay.
No. Thanks for playing, though.
What do you got for me, Rad?
How important in this game is my experience is generally like D&D and things like that, where group composition it can be at times important. How important is that in this game? Do we need to be strategizing and making sure we have like a charismatic guy and a mechanic?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, all right. So, do any of you have any thoughts on that?
But before you go too deep into mechanic, your mercenary company does have a single team of mechanics for you.
Okay.
That repair all of the Battlemechs. There are 5 of them. There's your 4, and then there's Harold Crow's Battlemaster.
So, standard sort of post-battle maintenance and rearmament and things like that.
Every 8 hours, they can attempt 1 repair on 1 Battlemech.
Wow.
And it requires a team of 7 people to repair a Battlemech in that time. So if all 4 of you had technical skills, you would be able to repair a Battlemech at half effectiveness.
We could repair one thing every 16 hours.
No, you'd take a penalty to your roll over 8 hours.
Oh.
Because you would have half a team.
So there's not a lot of incentive.
No, there's a pretty big incentive.
Is there?
Consider that you have no idea how to load ammunition into your mechs or ability to repair anything in the field if you don't have technician of any kind.
So is there a chart that says like what the minimums are to be able to do those sort of simple tasks?
Yeah, I mean any points in it, you'll be able to perform basic maintenance. You know?
Okay.
Like
There's
load ammunition and stuff.
If you want to, a lot of different technician types.
Yeah, if you want to like put new armor plates on and equip new weapons, you're gonna want to be fairly proficient in it, like at least a 4.
Okay. So what would be some of the archetypes we would need to be looking for here in our team?
You'll probably want someone who's skilled in close combat, someone who's pretty good with long-range weapons and guns, probably someone who's a good scout, whether in or out of a Battlemech. I will say that the following skills will probably be used a lot more. Tactics is used by the commander of the lance in order to affect your initiative roll. So your tactics rating is added to your initiative roll, I believe, in order to boost how good you are on the battlefield. So remember, if you win initiative, you move last, which lets you do all that weird shit where you guys got around my commando during the test game. And infuriatingly, he couldn't shoot at anything, and you guys just wrecked everything. You'll probably want someone with some field medic experience, sensor operations, and perception. And of course, being able to talk to people is never a bad thing. And there's a number of different skills that allow you to do that. At some point, you all have agreed to take over this unit. So at some point, like, you will become the commanders of the unit. Someone is probably going to want to have administration.
Gotcha. What was the sub affiliation?
Other FWL worlds.
Okay. Gotcha.
What do you got for me, English?
And I'm just trying to find where to put some of these plus XPs. Like
you might have to add new lines and stuff.
Okay.
I don't know that everything's there.
Because it's trying to find traits.
Oh, traits are in the bottom right-hand corner. You should have attributes, movement, recovery, and then traits.
Okay, Arthur, I'm trying to decide between blue collar or farm.
Ooh, wow, that's interesting. Is blue collar a stage 1?
Yes.
Yep.
I think I'm looking in the right.
Yes,
way.
no, you're correct.
Yeah.
I was looking at the wrong one.
Farm
blue collar,
is
huh?
expensive.
I mean, farm makes perfect sense for the planet that you're on, too.
Okay.
Chad is saying demolitions and first aid are useful skills.
So I'll just throw out there, my character concept was probably one of kind of a brawler. So I was thinking like heavy weapons and demolitions would kind of be maybe up my character's alley. I guess is it too big an investment to be both good with weapons and in melee combat? Like,
Yeah.
are those pretty separate skill sets?
No, they're pretty easy to get both.
Okay. So
I haven't said it yet, but I'm gonna cap your Battlemech skills at a 5 rating. This will be important later.
that's fair.
I actually want to catch everybody's attention real quick in order to say this. The skill levels in this game, you want to have higher is better. In Battletech, if you'll remember, on Total Warfare, you want your skills to be lower. Like, the lower your base shooting is, the easier it is to get that roll. Your gunnery skills and piloting skills are reversed between the two games. So the higher your rating is in a time of war, the lower it is in Total Warfare, which is why I'm capping everybody at a 5, so we don't have that ridiculous situation where EQ is like, I have a 0 to shoot at, and I'm like, fuck. Like, the lowest you'll be able to go is a 3 in Total Warfare, which is a 5 in a time of war. And that's like a veteran with several years of combat experience, which I think is a pretty reasonable stopping point for recent graduates of Mech Academy.
I had a turret duty.
Okay, all right. Yeah, but
It's
you're
okay,
also
though,
the
'cause I only have a
officer
rank
and the
of
highest
4.
ranked. Well, someone else might outrank you. Who knows? Maybe Rad or Pondo.
Well, no,
or
I have a
English
rank
will...
of 5. I meant my my mech and my gunnery and piloting skills are at a 4.
Excellent. You're just a regular old mech pilot. Just your regular old knight riding across the battlefield with a giant mecha. Rad, have you picked between blue collar and farm?
I decided to go with farm just because I thought it was thematic.
Make sure that you mark down that you have flex XP at the bottom.
Okay.
You can put 10 towards any 4 things.
Okay.
Any 4 attributes, traits, or skills, which will be important later. Pondo, English, where you guys at?
I'm still.
You're still moving numbers over?
Yes.
Yeah.
Welcome to the real life.
So I will tell you guys, for you new guys, here's a tip. What I do is I copy and paste like you have the block, like it'll tell you fixed XP and then it has like a bunch of gibberish and it tells you where you're supposed to add all your stuff. I copy and paste that into the cells that are underneath the traits table. So I end up with kind of like, I make myself like a list. So it also helps me track like where I put everything, you know what I mean? And, as I add it into the spreadsheet, I change the color of the text to show like what I have and haven't attributed. So like I leave all of my flex XP unplugged in until the very end when I can go back and fill in holes and get things where I want them to be.
Right.
If that makes any sense. I don't know if it does or not.
Sid, how's it going with you?
Oh, I'm just now that I had that, I'm putting in the equipment that we automatically get, and then I'll start purchasing other stuff.
Interesting. I do need to
I'm
make
just
note.
entering it all onto the character sheet.
Now, what was your deal, Sid? If you got 100 concurrent viewers on the Battletech show, you were going to let your Patreon subscribers pick what horrible thing they were going to do to you?
Yeah, they'd choose something embarrassing within reason that I would.
Oh, within
have to do.
reason? That's
Well,
bullshit.
it has to be. It can't break YouTube guidelines. I can't destroy my channel.
Fair.
All right, I'll let you slide on this one.
I mean,
All right.
seems fair.
Your salary page, interesting. Man, salary is going to be a huge pain in the ass. Thank you for the sub, y'all. Zach2501. I want to note for everyone watching, I will be putting together this mercenary unit, including all of the costs and stuff, and setting up our first fight this Sunday. Yeah, you know, I should probably double check that before I open my mouth and speak.
It'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I know.
You should.
Thanks, Rad.
welcome.
I have scheduled myself for a time of war prep on November 6th at 8 o'clock. Yes, 8 Eastern. I will be doing the preparations. So you'll be able to watch me set up the enemy forces, and I will be figuring out what this mercenary unit that they're all a part of looks like, figure out all the costs, and how everything is going to work. And at some point in the future, if the game goes on long enough, our players here will be taking over that duty from me, and they'll have to run the mercenary unit themselves. So it'll be so many spreadsheets. People love looking at spreadsheets for some reason. I honestly don't get it. They're like, oh my gosh, look at that. They put a 7 in that column. That means they have 7 squads of infantry now. That's crazy. I've done 3 shows now with giant piles of spreadsheets. People love it. People love it. I don't get it either. But I give the people what they want.
Yeah, you do.
Wow, Rad, that was a little creepy right there, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Animal. I'm gonna have animal skills, guys.
You're gonna get animal empathy?
Yep, animal empathy. Don't know why I want that or care about it, but
I mean, it means you're good at handling cows.
it's not even on this sheet. There's only
It's a trait.
herding, riding. Oh, it's a trait.
It's a trait, not a skill. Karsh Goblin Keeper, thank you for the sub.
Animal empathy.
I mean, it should actually already be on the trait thing, right? Oh no, it's tech
No,
empathy that's already on there.
Yeah.
As long as you don't get animal antipathy, which is where animals automatically hate you and attempt to viciously attack you.
I just learned a new word.
Seems worth it.
Antipathy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Someone's going to be in the YouTube comment section. That's not how you pronounce it, jackass.
Illiterate.
Please buy out your illiterate at the end of this. I don't want to do this again with EQ.
Why is it just because I'm a farmer I got to be illiterate? That's kind of messed up.
Oh, I'm definitely buying out the illiterate.
Please do. Thank you to the person who posted about this show on the Battletech forums. I salute you. We've been trying to get this thing going for a while. Oh, it's Hippie. Thanks, Hippie. You've been following us for a couple months now as we've slowly farted our way towards actually making this a show. We'll be back next week, right? You guys are all good for next Thursday?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Rad'll be late, but that's fine. We've already
Ah.
calculated that in the start time.
Now,
If you get here on time, unlike me myself, at 8 o'clock, you'll be able to watch the fan art reel that starts at the beginning of the show on time, and it'll be like I'm here in spirit because much of that art is in fact my own.
I would say about a third of that is yours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another third is Aricido, and then collective artist of this community.
Mhm. So anything you see that's amazing that you love is something that I did, and anything that you see that you didn't like as much, something someone else did.
I'm pretty sure I've said that line before, but when I said it, I said anything you like, Rad made on the overlay, and anything you don't like was something I told him to do. This sounds like week 1 Okeanos right there.
so on the street, since I'm born this neighbor, streetwise / any. What are streetwise types of streetwise?
I will look it up.
Nope, stop.
Give me them sweet agriculture skills.
Also, would I find illiterate on this?
It's a trait. It's not on there. You have to add it manually.
Anything that
And put negative experience into it instead of positive.
Yeah, it already has negative on the sheet.
Okay, so
All right, you're looking at streetwise.
next step is the back room, right?
Are you at step 2?
Yes, after
Okay.
doing the home world.
Let me see here. Streetwise reflects the living outside the boundaries of government or noble control. Typically, streetwise is used whenever you seek to tap into the local underground. Your scub skills employ your affiliation, so you would have streetwise mercenaries. Wow, that says something about your character. You're literally like, yeah, I know all the shady parts of being a mercenary. Like when that thing fell off the back of the truck and I somehow ended up with a bunch of high explosives. Pondo, you're moving to your step 2 of your master plan?
Step 2, yes.
All right. Do you have any idea what type of young boy or girl you want to be?
I'm trying to find the page.
Step 2 is on page 67.
flexible.
I'm gonna Professor Oak you. Are you a boy or are you a girl?
I'm a man.
I know you've lived next to me for 13 years, but
I'm a man.
I've somehow forgotten.
Okay. 67.
Here, take this Pikachu. It's violent and dangerous.
Step 2.
Stop wrapping
Can I
the
pick one of
text.
these?
I'm wrapping all of the text in a little GIF ribbon, you know?
Unwrap my text. Microsoft Excel.
Microsoft XL. Why
I
aren't
want-
you using Open Office, you savage?
If I wanted you to do it, I'd click the button, you son of a bitch. I'm getting into character early.
Oh, is this going to be your character?
Oh God,
No.
I
no!
thought you were playing Sarge. It sounds like you're still
Yes.
playing Deviant.
I'm just playing Red right now,
It's just rad.
so that's insulting.
Amazing. Amazing. All right, where do we stand? Who needs help? Does anyone
I'm
need help? Does no one
moving
need
on
help?
to late childhood.
That's a good time.
Adolescent warfare sounds
You're gonna just.
immediately entertaining.
Uh,
Before I was trying to bump up my my luck to ridiculous levels. Now I'm trying to bump up my bod.
Cause you're hot-blooded.
What do you have
checked
to-
in sea.
What is breaking even in a stat? Is it like a +4 or something like that? What do you have to be an
Breaking
average
even?
person?
Oh,
Zero?
No, he's asking what you need to get a +0 as a modifier on a stat.
Yeah, like when you're become a regular like average person.
when you're capable of lifting your own body weight
It's 3 or
off the
4, I'm
floor.
pretty sure. Yeah.
When you're not an EQ, basically. All right.
I remember last time we were all just like marginally smart enough to operate our equipment.
It's because you put everything into all this weird shit.
And been feeble in every other way.
All right. I'll find it.
Like we all just went through Mechwarrior school riding around segways,
Wait, can we?
not talking to anybody. With like Spider-Man 3, Jerry Maguire, like hair pulled over our side.
I think that is exactly what happened last time. In order to have a 0 in attribute, you need a 4.
4, that's what I thought.
A 4.
Yeah, we all felt pretty good. We're like, I got 2s and 3s in almost everything. I got like 1 5. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, as it turns out,
you're
you're
almost-
below average.
You're almost not disabled in half of your.
Yeah, unfortunately, a 2 means you have a -1.
I'm halfway tempted to get mercenary brat.
I mean, that's a pretty decent go in.
Is this going to be another situation where me and Rad's characters are the only ones that are literate?
Please no.
I'm buying out
I
mine.
don't know if it does it say anything about being illiterate.
You'd have a trait illiterate.
Spacer family.
I'm trying to see it.
So let's see here. You're looking at stage 2 mercenary brat.
Oh, it is -20 XP.
I think he's looking at stage
intelligence.
1. I thought.
Which-
This is stage 2.
Which step
Oh.
are you on right now,
yeah,
Pondo?
yeah, sorry, these two. Yeah.
Well, most normal kids are
Oh
in
no,
high
I
school.
don't think I've done early childhood.
He's on stage 1.
You're on stage 1? Okay.
Yeah,
stage 1.
affiliation is stage
Okay.
0.
In order to be a born mercenary brat, you have to start as independent mercenary, so you can't even take it.
Okay, that's fine.
You can take mercenary brat in stage 2, but not in stage 1.
Gotcha.
You can't be born into a mercenary company.
Can I be shipped off to military school straight from the farm?
Yeah, I mean, that happens all the time.
Yep.
We can't say anything about being Klansman.
No, please don't play a Klansman.
Probably. I don't think I'm
Otherwise,
gonna
you'll
take
be
it
sitting out
wouldn't
for a
make
long
sense. Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Well, it would make sense if you were a member of Wolf's Dragoons or whatever that shitty off-brand,
The Wolfhounds?
No,
Right.
Snords are regulars. That's the ones.
Oh, yeah.
The ones where they were like, all right, listen, there's this thing we're going to do where we're going to go to the Inner Sphere and pretend to be a mercenary company. And we're going to bring 5 regiments. That's a normal size unit, right? And they show up and people are like, yeah, we've got a mercenary battalion out back. What do you guys got? 5 regiments? That's unusually large and you arrived out of nowhere with advanced equipment? Well, whatever. I'm sure it's probably normal. And Jamie Wolf's like, whoa, shit. I think people are onto us. Snord, I need you to steal 2 regiments. That's a thing people do, right? Just steal 2 regiments and go run off. And he's like, sure, I don't care. And they're like, okay, Snord's out of the picture. He's pretending to be a treasure hunter. And then Snord pops back on camera and is like, actually, I am a treasure hunter now. Fuck you, Jamie. The Battletech universe is so dumb.
Inspires confidence.
It's got a lot of stupid stuff in it, but it's amazing. It
Here,
really
let me tell you something, Rad. You'll love this. There's 2 guys, Jamie Wolf and the asshole who's the head of Waco's Rangers. They hate each other because Jamie killed his brother. And they spend years hunting each other down, trying to kill each other. And in canon, their final fight is they meet on a planet, they're on the verge of fighting, and someone drops a nuke on them and kills both of them. The writers were just like, hey guys, I know you wanted to see the end of this, like, real life 20-year-long feud that we've been pushing at all the conventions and talking about
Well,
constantly. So we
get
decided
fucked.
we'd nuke them.
That's amazing. Who does that?
Rip. All right, I think I'm gonna go with War Orphan.
Really? Man, that's a choice right there. I want to know who killed your parents. I mean, you're from the Free Worlds League, so basically everybody comes and kills you. They get invaded constantly.
maybe I killed your parents.
No, don't do that.
Oh, cool. I'll just kill you later.
I mean, if you really want to have that be a thing, like you
Pondo.
secretly kill.
It's gonna be like, come
I
save
really
me.
don't.
It's like,
I really don't.
Plot twist: he hated his parents.
there's gonna be that situation, but
Plot
I need your
twist.
help. Save me.
I
Nah,
infiltrated
you killed my
this unit.
parents. Prepare to die.
You Inigo Montoya him in his greatest moment. You don't even go kill him. You just let somebody else do it.
It's like his mechs fall off a cliff. I could lift him up, and I'm like, nah.
Wow. Wow.
Not even worth the bullets.
Wow. War
That's
Orphan
the
has some horrible drawbacks, man. Negative wealth, negative reputation, introvert, and you have a compulsion?
Wow.
And you're illiterate. Holy shit.
Pondo's going hard mode.
I mean, Pondo's going hard mode, but all of his picks so far have given him a pretty good edge rating, which makes sense because his character is such an edgelord.
Edge, that's what it was. I was trying to
Yeah.
remember that.
Oh, my edge is garbage. Like,
That's okay.
My edge is a
Edge is-
what?
yeah,
Okay.
I have 1 point in edge.
You can use edge to like force rerolls and stuff. It's a little weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a strange thing. How you doing over there, English?
I'm doing fine. I've got everything done.
You're completely done.
I've got done for stage 1.
Oh, okay. How about stage 2? Let's talk about that.
Stage 2, I was thinking military school.
All right, that's a popular choice lately. Seems like everybody's going there.
Since apparently it's really easy to be illiterate.
Yeah.
I'm buying that out, my good sir.
You don't even go here.
So you can do you don't have to buy it out if you get 4 levels of a language. So if you get English 4 times by putting 80 points into it, it's not easy to do, however. You'd have to do it with Flex XP. Wow, military school is going to be really good for Rad's character if you go there, because it's got like small arms, melee weapons,
Yeah, see, that's
martial
what I'm at.
arts. You're like, haha, I'm really good with a knife and a gun and a sword.
I'm probably going to do very little in the realm of like being a Mechwarrior pilot and try and pick all of that up with either flexible XP or a tour of duty at the end.
Ooh, that's a dangerous move.
Oh, I know.
You want to make sure that you at least get a 3/3 rating, so you
Oh,
can
yeah,
get
yeah,
5/5 in Total Warfare. Otherwise, you're never going to hit anybody. You're going to
I will
fall
ma-
off.
No, I'm going to max out whatever you'll allow as far as that goes.
5/5.
Okay. So what is that here? That's a
No,
that's a
5/5 here. So you
5/5 here.
You can have a
It's
3/3 in
3/3 there, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, then I will definitely save enough to make sure that is
Challenge them to a sword duel. I mean,
gonna work out.
if there's one person who's going to end up being the Talon of this campaign, Rad's going to like get his mech blown up. Then he's going to jump out of the mech with his sword and challenge the enemy pilot to a sword fight, and somehow not die in the process.
I'm gonna make sure I always carry with me a William Wallace Claymore.
Would it be Northland Highlander?
Yeah. Be like the bad guy from the first Highlander movie that has like the sword that he connects with like 5 pieces.
No. Northwind Highlanders are a mercenary unit in.
Oh, okay.
They're from the planet Northwind.
Educate me.
Their battle uniforms all have skirts and they all carry claymores.
Oh.
They're really famous for having a battle mech called the Highlander, which is the largest jump jet equipped mech that you jump onto people's shoulders and then crush them under the weight of the mech.
Why am I not from that place?
Yeah,
I might have to
Highlander
relook at
Funeral.
all.
Highlander funeral, yeah, Highlander burial.
Man, my shoulder hurts.
It all makes sense now.
I mean,
I'm
why
gonna
are
have
you
to
not
start
from
over
that
from
place?
scratch. Yeah.
Well, for one thing, you'd have to be from Capelia, I think. You'd have to be Chinese.
Oh, lame. No offense, Chinese people.
Which is odd because Northwind is a very Scottish place.
I mean, Northwind switches between the Federated Commonwealth and the Liaos pretty often.
So is anybody thinking that they want to be like the medic type?
Nope.
No, not gonna have a medic. All right.
Hey,
English is raising his
Oh,
hand.
English. I'm sorry. I'm not looking at the cameras. I couldn't see you raising your hand.
sorry.
Okay, that's good. Excellent.
Are we going to call him a nerd? Is that it?
So what's your general character concept there, Pondo?
I think somehow I ended up making Prendar.
Prendar Creed. You literally just walk around, just shoot people. That's it. You're gonna.
And
You're gonna walk around-
I'm taking compulsion as a trait. So
Wow, what is your compulsion? Like, are you a drinker? Is your compulsion to just shoot random cooks?
kill
Like,
practitioners of the culinary arts, of
yeah,
course.
of course,
I just really, really want
I
to
think it's
kill a
going
random
to
cook.
involve people from whoever killed my parents.
Oh, is
having
your
to either
compulsion
shoot them-
revenge?
Either punch them in the face or shoot them.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to figure out who killed your parents then, and make
Yeah.
sure that they show up really often, like an organization. Hey, we're the people who killed your parents, kid. That's me adjusting my glasses, by the way.
They're just going to glow all the time.
So you're not
Alright.
so you're just gonna be like a fighter guy, like punch people in the
I think
face.
so. I got like 6 cents. I think it's like because I think I also have good perception stuff too, which was
mean,
Prendar supposed to
If
be.
you have good perception, you should probably either be a scout or a sniper or both. Don't me.
Because I've got like some points in reflex, some points in martial arts. I think I have like 20%. Yeah, I've got 20 perception now. So it's like a
Korean sous chef that wields a katana. Is his name Hattori Hanzo? Fuck. What does Sixth Sense even do? I've never even heard of this trait.
I don't either. I don't know.
It
How
allows
do you
you
look it
to.
up soon?
I mean, there are certain Battletech books where they're like spiritualism. I can see the future and have prophecies and shit. Sixth Sense. As a special intuition, such characters get a +3 roll to their perception check made when they are surprised and may further receive feelings of imminent danger. It is not accurate or well honed, instead a general sense that something is amiss. What? So anytime you're about to be ambushed, I have to be like, I don't know, roll a perception check at a +3? That's some bullshit.
So you have a spider sense, basically.
Although I'm taking a lot of hits to stuff, so it's kind of like.
But it's
Pondo's
roll a perception
literally-
check.
No, he's a Star Wars
Why?
character now. He's literally just going to be like,
There's disturbance
I've
in the
got a
Force.
bad feeling about this.
That's what it sounds like.
I sense a presence I've not felt. You're the man who killed my parents. No, Prendar, look inside your heart. I am your parent. Parent.
It's the parents that they just like cut my mother and father in half and stuck it together.
I'm missing the Prendar reference here. I don't know what that
It was from Dark Heresy.
Dark Heresy.
So
Okay.
on the military school, it says protocol/affiliation. Would that just go into my mercenary protocol?
No, you'll have to pick a military school that you attended.
Ah, okay. So
What nation did you want to have your mercenary unit be based in?
Draconic Combine.
Wow. Wow.
Because that's the only place you can get a Jenna. I looked.
I mean, it's not the only place you can get a Jenner, but yeah, they happen to like Jenners and other terrible
Kurita, huh?
Battletechs, yeah. So you have Protocol Draconis Combine now. Interesting.
Okay, so I'm just going to put DC.
You know how to do tea ceremonies and ceremonial seppuku.
You'll need that second one.
Ah! Wow.
I did say the mercenary. Yeah.
Is computers an important thing?
Depends on if you want to do that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Computers are a little strange in the Battletech universe. There's no artificial intelligence after they found out artificial intelligence was bad.
So
After they watched Terminator, they're like, "Oh, hard pass."
No, they did this thing where they were like, I don't know, maybe we should integrate all of our space defense systems into one giant AI. And then someone was like, what if we reprogram that to kill anyone that gets near the planet? And then they did it to all of the space defense systems. And someone was like, we're dying to all of these gigantic super AI minds that are just filled with automated warships and nuclear bombs and other shit like that. Maybe we should never make AI ever again.
So I have a question with flexible XP and if we like cancel out a negative trait, does it just if it makes it like 0 XP for the negative trait,
Yes,
does it
you
just
cancel it out completely. Yep.
Okay. So I'll just cancel out illiterate while I can.
To cancel out a literate.
So like I can read the buttons in my cockpit so I don't accidentally blow up the entire team.
Go.
There you go, ruining all my fun.
I am no longer illiterate.
Sir, what's the shiny red button? It says it's something, it's like glowing red on you.
Oh, see, my dear boy, that is what is called the self-destruct button. It's something that I highly suggest you press immediately.
All right, now why is everything glowing red on you?
Oh, don't worry about that. Nothing to be concerned about. I'm just going to step behind this outcropping here.
I feel like I should press the other red button that's on my joystick.
Don't push that button.
Are you sure?
Quite.
Can't get the feeling, but I think it wants me to.
Wow, chat knows how this works, right? Rad, if you demanded that you kept that Crab 27 during the first battle, the communication suite would be the first thing to get knocked out. That's the only thing that the Crab 27 keeps over the Crab 20.
I'm the slowest mech. Oh man.
Yep. You also
are
don't
you
have
really?
Jump jets. I think technically you're slower, Sid, but you have
I
jump
thought
jets.
I was the slowest.
You have jump jets, so you can jump over objects, which makes you faster.
Yeah, I knew I was the only one without jump jets, which did kind of bum me out.
It's okay. I'm gonna be overheated and shut down half the time, anyways. So yeah.
I wanted
I don't need to run fast.
I wanted kind of like a medium range brawler, and the Crab seemed like it was the best at that.
Well, I'm glad that you have a hand on your mech then.
And it has
now you
features.
can actually beat people to death with your hands.
Sounds
with
good.
your hand. Your one hand.
I can't have
See,
two.
now
I
it
can't
makes
have
me
two
wish
claws?
I could have should just taken
No,
the hat.
Brad,
the
you
hatchet
can't
man.
have two claws.
Oh man.
You have a hand.
Tell you
You're
what, we'll
literally
paint a claw
talking
on
about
the other
brawling, and then you're like, wait, I want to trade my hand for a thing that doesn't let me do stuff. That,
Oh wait.
you know
What?
those crab claw things are the focusing array for the laser that's built into the end of the...
Oh.
Yeah, that's the large laser.
Don't I have one in each arm?
No, you have one large laser and then like two mediums.
No, I have two large
two large
lasers.
lasers.
I got two large lasers.
They're in different spots, though. They're in weird places.
I think they're both in one in each arm.
I don't know about that. The crab does have two claws, and the laser's inside the claw. All right. I mean, chat might be right on this one. They're usually right, except when they tell me that alpha strikes give a +1 to shoot. That's not true. That's not in the book at all. Although it might be in the edited book. Where are we at, guys? Who needs help with what?
I'm about to wrap up late childhood, and I will be moving on to
Grow up so
what
quick.
comes after that, primary education or something like that.
Yeah.
Higher education, yeah.
What kind of clothes do people wear in this world, Arthur?
Depends on where you're from. I mean, you probably wear cowboy shit.
Is this like
I'm on it.
what's that dumb movie I'm thinking about? Oh, Blade Runner. Is this like a
No,
Blade Runner
Battletech's
esque?
not like Blade Runner.
Is it more advanced, less advanced?
I mean, here's the thing. Battletech has this weird thing where it's half Game of Thrones. Like, there are mech pilots that go into combat wearing, like, giant frilly epaulets and pristine white knight uniforms.
Really?
And then there are people that just go into combat wearing shorts and a tank top.
So it's not like in it's not what's that other movie I can't think of the name of. Canceling the Apocalypse. I don't have like a cool.
It's not
I don't
like
have,
Pacific
a cool
Rim.
bodysuit on. Oh,
Yo,
okay.
you can get that. There are Mechwarrior bodysuits.
Oh, okay.
Have Are you talking about the body glove or like the armored?
No, he's talking about the Mechwarrior cooling vest. That's like a full body cooling vest.
Those are like 20 grand.
Yeah, they're super expensive, but he can aim for the sky one day.
I can afford one.
What kind of benefits does something like that
How
give
much
you?
would we have left, Sid?
Huh? Oh, I haven't spent any yet. I'm still doing the
No,
stuff
I mean,
Arthur wrote down.
if you bought one, how much would you have left?
Oh, just 30 grand.
Just 30.
Just
He's
30 grand.
just enough to buy a
Scraping the
small
bottom of
tank
the
or
barrel.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Alright.
thought I'd, maybe buy up a small military unit.
Higher education. Now I have to remember how this works. Because you got
You
field
can go
cost.
through the same higher education multiple times.
Brad, you were a teacher. You should know how that works.
Wow, what an asshole. It's on page 71 for repeating stage 3. You
You're
can
gonna
go
dump this
through a
ice out of my
school
head.
multiple times in order to unlock new fields.
Right.
Uh,
But you got to pay field costs each time.
yes. And those field costs is to get a +1 in each of the skills in that field. So, for instance, with Police Academy, you can go once to become a police officer, twice to become a sub-unit, and third to go into, like, covert operations, police tactical office, special forces, that kind of thing. And the field costs are for the specific sub-skills you pick, and those sub-skills are on page 82.
All right, so I'm definitely not going to civilian school.
I mean, military school or officer candidate school are both pretty good picks. Also, military enlistment.
Military
Oh, really?
enlistment, military
Yeah,
academy.
Yeah, I'm going military academy.
Do you know how many years you're going for?
For special.
Okay, so you're going to go 3 times.
Yeah, 3 times. Basic advance. And that's
what are the 3 specialties you're going to take?
You get 3 specials?
Yeah, so you go through once, you take basic training or basic training naval, and then you go through again and you take you take analysis, cavalry, infantry, marine, Mechwarrior. I mean, probably Mechwarrior. And you go through a 3rd time and you would pick probably, I mean, I don't know that there's anything there that you would pick a 3rd time.
Doctor.
Doctor. Interesting.
Nice.
All right, so
you'll
have to pay. Is it you pay the field cost every time? Is that what it was?
Yeah, if I'm going to the military academy, the Draconis combined Sun Huang.
Oh, you're going to Sun Jiang?
Yeah,
cool.
That's the only one I think.
Make sure you buy a katana because Mechwarriors who graduate from Sun Jiang all get katanas.
Look, Arthur, chat's trying to help me out and point out that some crabs do have 2 claws.
All right, crab people. Well,
thank you, my crab fans, my crab people.
That's probably.
I have to come up with a dumb title for my fans.
All right, I think we'll be mercenary Brett.
It has to somehow play off the word crab.
Crabosaurus.
Crab or claw.
The claw.
All right, for my stage 2, late childhood, I think we'll be a mercenary brat.
Perfect.
So I'm just going to be up 1 perception.
All right, here was my problem last time is I wanted to do military enlistment, but there was no career path in military enlistment for Mechwarrior.
Let's see here.
There's only a career path if you go to the military academy for Mechwarrior.
All right, so I just want to jump to English real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is how it works, although Rad and Sid might have to stop me if I'm wrong here. When you go to the military academy, you pay 830 XP up front, which gets you all of the automatic stuff. And then you pay field costs, so you'll have to look up basic training, hop to page 82, look for basic training, and then you put 30 XP into each of those skills.
Correct.
And then you get 30 XP, or I'm sorry, you get 6 XP back for each of those skills. This is very important.
Mike's muted.
What?
Whose mic's muted?
Sid's.
Mine.
Yeah.
No, it's
Oh.
okay. I was agreeing with him.
Okay, yes.
Yes,
You get
all of that
6
is correct.
XP back from each skill that you put in for free as a refund. So you're going to pay 830 plus the field cost for basic training, Mechwarrior, and then Doctor. So it's going to add up to being a lot of XP, but it'll probably be worth it.
But you're
You're going to get a
don't pay
lot of
the-
skills in the process.
You don't pay the 830 over.
You don't pay
and
the
over
830 multiple times. You just pay
Okay.
the field costs.
again. Right.
All right.
Right, fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Pondo, you chose. I'm sorry, you say Mercenary Brat
Yeah, for late
for
childhood.
late childhood for stage 2? Okay. Rad, you had a question about military enlistment or something?
I mean, it's not that I have a question. It's just that I have a hang up that military enlistment does not offer a mech warrior career path. Only the military academy does,
You're correct about that.
which is upsetting.
So, military academies represent the upper crust, which is where the mech warriors are. If you want to be a
That would
fancy
be this
man,
guy.
yeah.
And this guy somehow going to military academy. as
Also
a
went
mercenary
to
brat.
officers training.
Good
right.
for you.
But I could go to. I could have like a military, like an infantry background.
And then hop over to the military academy and pick up mech warrioring.
Oh man, and go to 2 different schools.
I mean, you could enlist for a couple years, and then you skip over basic training because you've already done it.
So,
But that's a lot of XP to go to 2 different schools. So, oh my god, that's a shitload of XP.
so with the military academy, the prerequisite and the automatic.
Mhm.
Since
Those
I've already
stim
been
hatches are
to
addictive.
military school, do I skip the prerequisite?
No, you can't.
No.
You cannot
Okay.
skip
You
the
have
prerequisite.
to have the prerequisite.
You didn't have prep school or military school. You
No,
have to
I-
take all of those as a prereq.
So you
Okay.
won't have the prerequisites right now. You just have to have them by the time you're done with.
No, I
Terra.
mean he can't. He literally can't because it requires him to take
Oh.
prep school or military school as a module.
Okay, never mind.
If
I
you
was
don't
thinking
take those
the
things,
stat prereqs. Yeah.
then you get things like plus willpower but minus edge.
Because here's the thing, right? Like,
Yeah,
so
that's
if
what I was asking.
Yep.
Since I've been to prep school, I don't add those stat XP and minus XP to my character.
Yeah, so if I wanted to do Mech Warrior, instead of paying whatever it is, 800 XP to go back to Military Academy and then pay field costs to do Mech Warrior, instead, it'd be way cheaper for me to just buy up all my skills in the 1, 2, 3, 4, in the 5 different categories of Mech Warrior, and just not get the 6 XP back. You know what I mean? Like, I would literally be paying 12, 24. I'd be paying 32 more XP to buy up those Mech Warrior skills to the same thing as I would get going to the military academy.
Before
I
you
won't-
before you
I
think
won't
about
have to
that,
pay
remember
800
that
for
you
the
can't
military
buy
academy.
into skills until the end of the you've reached like the end of the module line.
Right. But sensor,
So automatic.
tactics, and technician. Okay.
So people are pointing out that is correct. I did make a typo. Pondo's mech model is the 6R, not the 7R. It's the base Wolverine, not the 7D.
Such a weird little mech.
What, the Wolverine?
Yeah.
What a hater.
It's just, no, I like it. It just doesn't look anything like it performs. You know what I mean? Like, it's looks.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's a really fast
function.
mech.
Yeah.
But it's actually a really fast mech for a
It's
medium-sized
actually a
mech.
pretty fast mech.
It's I mean, it's built like a dwarf, but it sprints like a Legolas.
Really? Sprints like a Legolas?
Like a Legolas.
That's your go-to sprinting?
Yep.
We got time to work on that.
Oh no, I don't need to work on it. It's
I mean,
perfect.
Rad's
We're
too
just gonna
busy
roll with
being-
it.
He's too busy being sad about having to go to Mechwarrior school.
No, I'm not going to Mechwarriors. That's that.
He's like, fuck that shit. I'm just
I don't
gonna
need
buy
Mechwarrior
into it at the end.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
He's like, I learned to be a mech warrior independently through classes.
That's right. I did
Cut it
adult
on a home
education.
video.
I did adult education at my local community college. Arthur knows what I'm talking
I
about.
spent a year at community college.
All right, military enlistment. That's what I'm doing. All right, let me start plugging this nonsense in.
Certainly, I wouldn't have gotten my degree there, but I learned a thing or two. Do they actually have? Oh, they do. They do have infantry base. There we go. It's the Swiftwind Scout Car. Interesting.
What is that?
I'm looking up the vehicles that you guys are going to have in your vehicle lance. It's going to be super light infantry transport vehicles.
Which one is the vehicle lance?
It's called Crow's Wings.
The wings?
Yep.
And what was the talons?
Talons is the infantry. Platoon of infantry. They're the guys who stay up at night and guard your filthy butts while you're sleeping.
They're the guys that we're going to park on a hilltop to spot for us, is what
Yeah,
you're saying.
exactly. That's never going to happen.
You guys hang out right here.
I'm going to have to look up the rules for stealth infantry units just because you guys are like, I can abuse long-range LRMs with that shit.
Well, I don't think any of us have those, so that's not going to be a factor anytime soon. But
I assure you, the first time you guys get the ability to do it, you will.
So is there something specific we can do with Streetwise? Like, is there specific things?
I mean, it's...
You do that cool card game where you're like...
Have you ever played Burning Wheel? It's like circles. You can use it to find people or get stuff. You can just be like, hey, I would like to do X. And I'll be like, all right, sweet, you got it.
So when it's like Streetwise Any or Streetwise
your Streetwise Any is for the area that you want it to be from. If it's a Streetwise affiliation, it has to be from where you were born. If you have Streetwise Any, you can be like, cool, I have Streetwise for the Draconis Combine. I have Streetwise for mercenary units. I have Streetwise Comstar.
Where's that we're based off of currently?
Where's what? You're based out of the Lyran... Well, you're based out of the Rim Collection, but technically you're at the edge of the Lyran Alliance.
So if
Lyran Commonwealth, sorry.
So I'd want Streetwise Lyran Commonwealth.
That would be a solid pick. It looks like your vehicle lance is going to be 2 APC hover APCs and 2 Swiftwind Scout Cars, which should be able to transport all of your infantry between them. Actually, the Swiftwinds will be able to transport all your infantry. Oh no, it's only 1 infantry bay. Yep, you'll be able to get 4 squads of infantry between them. And you got lots of machine guns too. Catapults. That's everybody's favorite battle mech right there. I know Sid and I like catapults.
I like catapults.
I loved abusing catapults in Mechwarrior Online. I also like the double PPC catapults. Those were fun. They were horrible at fighting, but they were great for mid-range, just popping around a rock, finding some guy who's, you know, just fighting one of your heavies and pop out and be like, bloop, bloop. I mean, yeah, Mad Cat's great, but they don't show up for another 4 years.
What language does the Draconis Combine speak?
Japanese.
Code.
I gotta make a note to myself to fix Pondo's name on the overlay.
For shame.
Are you gonna Hamilton me, bro?
No. That doesn't sound like me.
Oh, maybe I need to have gone to school for anti-mech infantry.
Are you gonna do that thing where you're like, I really want to play? As a battlesuit infantryman with jump jets. I want to climb up on a mech.
I mean, that sounds amazing.
Okay.
You've piqued my interest.
boy.
Mechwarrior Online, no. I mean, obviously the best Mechwarrior that's ever been was Mechwarrior 2 Mercenaries. That game was incredible when it came out. Where is everybody standing right now?
I'm wrapping up my higher education.
Oh, you're still dead set
I can't
on
buy
not...
a holotank.
You...
Wow.
Really? That was your concern? Where were you going to put it? How were you going to power it?
He's been crunching numbers on that for the last
He's like,
35
I'll
minutes.
just plug it into the nearby socket. You got like a 4-inch wide power thing.
Gee, my mech doesn't have a fusion generator.
Oh,
or anything.
really? You're just gonna plug this into your mech?
I just get one of those.
What's the latest?
Just
Solaris
gonna jump
7?
it, you know?
I just get an inverter, plug it into the cigarette lighter.
I really hope you've got a couple levels in mech technician. He's like, it'll be fine. I'll just turn on the fusion generator.
Man, my charisma has been a real roller coaster during this character creation. It's been as high as 200 and is now 0.
Wow.
What? What?
Holy shit!
What happened to you?
The military people are not very charismatic, it would seem.
I mean, officers are, but
I mean,
I just lost 100 charisma being in military enlistment.
that's true.
I gained 50 charisma going to military school. I lost 50 charisma growing up on a farm.
That's true. Those farmers, you should have been an activist for the farmers, right?
So basically, while I was a child at military school, I became like vaguely tolerable to other people, and then I enlisted in the army, became a total douche.
That's like the complete opposite of what actually happened.
Yeah, pretty much. Joined military school as a preteen, and people were like, "Oh, this kid's not so bad, actually." He was a dirty hick when he got here, but by the time he left, it was like, all right, we can deal with him. And then he enlisted and turned into a fucking shitstorm of a person, apparently.
So, the base with the stuff from the military academy, what do I put within it? Because I'm looking at the like basic training. It's telling me what goes into it.
Yep, on page 82, it should have all the skill fields.
Yeah, I'm on the skill fields, but it's telling me what it requires. But
yep, basic training. You need to have you have to put 30 XP into career soldier, martial arts, medtech, general, navigation, ground, and small arms.
Okay.
And then you get 6 back for each of those, so you should get 30 back.
Requires.
It does have its own requirements. You have to have at least 1 rank, intelligence 3, and will 3.
Can't get the Mechwarrior combat suit.
I don't have
enough money left.
Will.
No, it's outside of it's rank.
Oh, it's
E.
too technologically advanced for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any of the intelligence or willpower required for that.
Otherwise,
yeah, but you don't have to until the end of character creation.
Okay, so I can just.
It's a prerequisite. So
yeah, you'll use some of your leftover XP to get things up to where the prerequisites are.
All right, so I put 30 into each of those, and then.
And then you'll do it again for Mechwarrior and Doctor.
And then Doctor, yeah.
Yep.
I'll tell you one thing.
It's really important that you get your refund XP back. What do you have going on, Rad?
I said I am a strong swimmer.
I can honestly say that the only situation that would be useful for is if Pondo pushes you off a cliff, your mech is destroyed in the process, and you are forced to swim to shore. It's literally the only time that would be useful.
I'm going to make sure that comes into play somehow.
I challenge you.
No, Red!
Slips mech on mech combat to a swimming contest. Whoever can make it to the far side of the river first wins.
Freestyle only.
And we have to have knives just in case we kill each other on the way over there.
No rules.
That would be the most anime thing this campaign would ever do.
So what would have I got my 6th sense up to 200?
I don't know. I don't know if you can have multiple levels of Sixth Sense.
I'm looking for the Battletech version of a thunder gun.
There is not one. I mean, the Battletech version of the thunder gun is probably going to be an infantry man-pack PPC.
So if I go infantry, I get to put points in acrobatics free fall. Does that mean I'm like a airborne ranger if I'm in the infantry?
Yes.
And if you're anti-mech, you get to put it in acrobatics gymnastics. Is that so you can like backflip away from
That's so you can climb up the mech.
Oh, okay, all right. So you're not like cartwheeling away from like large lasers being fired at you.
That's not a thing you can do.
Okay.
That's not how it works.
All right, I was just checking.
Okay, so in order to activate Sixth Sense, you have to have 4 plus 4 in it, so you have to have 400 points in it.
Okay.
Yep.
So I want to get that. Okay.
Yeah, you want to get to 400. It's
What's
a plus 4 TP
Gotcha.
scale.
What's Myomere? Technician Myomere?
Myomere? That's the muscle of the mech. It's like
that's what I have.
Yeah, it's a bundled mech cords that, and you run electricity through them, they snap.
I see.
That's why mechs are so slow, because Myomere's really, really shitty. Actually, I think they've invented Myomeres in real life now.
They
kind of,
yes.
Yep.
Kind of. It's getting close.
Yeah, Pondo, I feel like you should be our McCree and be a scout also.
That is not a thing that McCree does well, by the way.
Well, I mean, like, flavor-wise.
Yeah. I've got 16 perception, so, you know, I'm getting
Well,
there.
okay, so this is something I figured out, like, later on. So, like, when you look at your character sheet and see what you have now, and you've got, like, some 20s and 30s and 40s and stuff in places, like, most of that is chump change. Like, up until the point that you do your education, your character really hasn't taken much of a mechanical direction. So like you're right up until you pick what school, like what your field XP is going to be, your field training, you're still pretty wide open as to what you can be.
Unless you work for cops.
I'm going towards the more of the scout perception,
snipery type.
Yeah.
Just gonna get an automatic sniper rifle, sit on top of the battlefield and be like, it's high noon. And then someone's just gonna comment and be like, no, it's not.
And then I shoot them immediately.
You're using a moonlight scope, man. It's definitely not high noon.
I mean, I was just looking at Scout and I thought it looked pretty
It's high
cool.
noon somewhere in the world.
It's high noon somewhere else on this world.
If I was not already
or in
committed,
the universe, it's high noon somewhere.
I mean, there's several thousand planets. It's definitely high noon somewhere.
Let's say.
Scout's cool.
I gotta ruin my fun, buddy.
Really want that Mechwarrior combat suit.
Yeah, that's like what I've been kind of going towards.
Okay. Man, I cannot be special forces. That's unfortunate.
I mean, did you really, really want to be special forces?
Well, I was kind of looking for something that had demolitions in it because I wanted to have some demolition stuff. But
so I think
so tell me how you interpret this, Arthur.
On
page 84 of my PDF, it says special forces.
Uh-huh.
It says it requires infantry, mechwarrior, or scout fields. Does that mean any of those three?
Any of those three, yes.
Oh, so I would qualify if I decided to go infantry.
Yes.
Special forces. It would give me
but you still have to have bod, reflex, and will of those amounts.
Okay, yeah. Pretty high reflex. I don't think I have anything in my reflex yet.
Okay, so
survival and tracking. Wow.
I'm in stage 3 now.
Contest the swimming arguments. Mech pilots occasionally get on hijinks outside their mech and go on commando missions. That's the whole reason we're doing this. It's the whole reason why we're doing this character creation. We could just play with Battlemechs, but instead we're going to spend a whole 4 hours of our lives wasting them right here. Wow. I would love to have a special infiltration mission where it's just Pondo and Rad go through the back door, which has to be Metal Gear Solid style, entered by a one-man submersible vehicle they're both clinging to. And then SidAlpha comes on and is like, for this mission, you'll be SOP, procure on sight. And everyone's like, fuck, we didn't bring any guns!
Brad,
they had to go melee combat and steal guns from people.
I mean, my mech is literally the crab. It should be a submersible vehicle.
That's
I
no.
Oh,
That's
you mean
not
I
how it
didn't
works.
should be able
tell
to
you?
crab across
That's
the
not
bottom
how
of
it
the ocean.
works.
So,
No one looked at the king crab and said, "This thing should walk underwater."
Can't they survive in space? Like, I mean, they should definitely be able to survive underwater.
No, Rad, that's not how it works. That's
pretty
not
sure
how
it is.
pressure works.
That's exactly how it works.
Making something
Alright.
that survives in space means it needs to survive between 0 and 1 atmospheres. Making
Wow, they
something
really
survive
thought of-
underwater means it needs to survive between 1 to a billion zillion atmospheres.
I'm catching up on chat, and I love the idea of a Jenner doing a roundhouse kick. Just want to throw that out there.
They really have
So-
thought of everything in this inventory, but I still have yet to see rope.
I told you, I didn't
What
see
about
rope
a-
in there.
What about a 10-foot pole?
There's also not a 10-foot pole, but you can
You
get a
gotta-
really, really long sniper rifle.
Somebody better be able to detect traps. That's all I'm saying.
It's not going to be D&D. I'm not going to pull up Roll20 and throw down a
Oh.
square grid map for you and be like, all right, Rad, you advance 3 meters to the
man.
north.
Those
There, you see a
tripwires.
statue with a gold sack in its hand. There's a riddle in the statue's mouth.
Perfect.
A
beautiful.
nearby security door has a
Wow.
passcode.
I'm gonna get
Alcohol,
my-
cannabis, heroin, codeine, barbiturates.
Remember that this was written in the 80s, too. That's the best part.
All right.
Duration of effect.
So what does I need to do for stage 3? Go through the master schools list and pick something.
Yeah, so you need to figure out what you want to be when you grow up for stage 3.
Okay.
All right.
Gotcha.
What do you want to be when you grow up? Tell us, and we'll help you walk through it.
I'm just gonna look through, see.
So generally,
'Cause I-
you're probably not going to go to a civilian school. You're probably going to go to a military school. So look
That's
at
the
those.
thing.
Your two main choices are either military enlistment or military academy, unless you want to go the officer route, which is XP expensive, but it gets you things that the others won't offer.
I think I chose relatively cheap stuff, so it's
The better all around pick is probably military academy. I'm going against the grain by doing military enlistment. I'm going to have to spend a lot of my flexible XP to catch up on the Mechwarrior traits.
right.
So you could do military academy. You'll have to take basic training first, which means you'll get career soldier, martial arts, med tech, navigation, and small arms, and then you'll go another year and you'll pick what's listed there. So if scout is listed there and that was a thing you want to do, you would pick scout. And by picking scout, you would get.
Wait, can I have what happens if I have minus 200 wealth?
Bad.
But
That's rude.
Again, that's something you can buy out again, but
That's true.
That one is very bad, man.
I'm gonna have
as
to
a
get a
scout, if you decided to go scout, the prerequisites are intelligence 4 and will 3, and you cannot be illiterate.
I'm not illiterate anymore, so it's fine.
But you would gain conventional communications, disguise, any language, security systems, stealth, streetwise, and tracking.
Pondo, just so you know, you can't have more than a -1 to wealth. You're
More
gonna
than a negative, so
you're
I need
gonna
to buy
have
that out.
You have to bring it up to at least a -1, but don't worry about that until the end.
It is a -1. So it's-
Okay. Well, your wealth trait affects how much money you start with.
Yeah.
A normal person starts with 1,000. A -1 means you start with 100,
Sweet.
which means you can't even make rent this month.
You're broke as a joke.
Okay, so I'll have to
You
fix
live-
that later.
You live in a hammock draped
Whiz.
under the crotch
Oh,
of.
did I hear that you needed a loan?
Yeah.
Before you guys start with that shit, you all have base housing, and they pay for your food and your internet connectivity and all that
Sweet.
bullshit.
Oh, okay, so I don't have to worry about rent.
I
That
mean,
makes sense.
So you live in-
if you leave the unit,
Your house consists of a squeaky bunk bed and a wall locker.
I mean, if I leave the unit, I'm selling a mech.
I
That's true.
mean, you better make sure that you own your mech when you
That's
leave.
true.
So,
That's going to cost you XP. As
yeah,
well.
we'll go to that, but that's going to cost you a lot of XP.
Basically,
Gotcha.
I own your mech.
No, you don't own the mech. Fucking mercenary company owns the mech.
Do you even own your own mech?
Probably
no,
not.
Sid doesn't own his own mech.
Probably not.
Not yet.
All right. I gotta plug in that.
Where are we standing for people?
Baby.
I've put everything in. at the moment.
I've figured out that even with all of my money, I cannot afford the things that I really want in life.
A tank, you know? Everybody wants a tank.
Yeah, like a hollow tank or...
It's really not that much to ask. I mean,
But
did
that's
everybody...
okay because I have a katana. So
Really? A katana?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get one myself.
I
as
mean,
well,
but
sadly.
I'd love the idea of English just like looking at you and being like, cultural appropriation, man. Okay, you're from Germany. I'm from Japan. It's really weird.
it's not my
Hell,
fault.
my
My people
character's
do
not
it
even-
better.
My character's not even going to be Japanese either. That's the problem.
It's like, what do you mean, you people?
yeah.
Oh, I must have, so I can't take that.
Definitely got to take navigation C since I'll be doing so much swimming.
Really? That's not what navigation C is for.
I'll need to know.
Navigation
to get
C
my
is for
bearings
moving fleet vehicles like
while doing
warships.
the butterfly stroke.
I'm never gonna ask you to use a map to get to the far side of the river.
Well, it's a pretty long lap pool.
No, just
you want to
no.
stay between the buoys, you're going to need to make a navigation C check.
Pondo, what school are you going to?
I am still trying to think.
I like it when Arthur just stops talking to me.
English, what real life modules are you taking?
I've not checked those yet.
Oh, you're still getting through school?
I've already done the
I'll
skill.
take personal
I just
yeah, so last up is your real life.
Mhm.
You have to buy that as many times as you want until you're almost out of XP, and then we go to finishing up, buying up or down stuff.
Mhm.
You could use navigation to know where the stuff you want to avoid is, but he doesn't want to avoid anything. He wants to be in the water so badly.
Wait, I need to put
Mhm.
200 into connections.
Arthur, what is a support weapon?
Oh, it's a trait. I'm sorry.
Like a saw.
Okay.
So I need...
I'm pretty sure support weapons are like automatic machine guns and Mechwarrior.
Cruiser type weapons. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Because remember, this is written in the 70s and 80s, so that was back when saws were really popular.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to go with the military academy. And get something in fields, right?
How does tactics infantry and tactics land differ?
Tactics land is used. You can do tactics land before going onto a battlefield to be like, I want to know where the enemy weak points are. The commander of your lance, which will probably be Sid, since no one else seems to be interested in taking officer training school, can add their tactics land to their initiative roll in order to be like, I've outthought you.
What was your question, Pondo? After basic training, you're going to do what?
No, I'm going to do military academy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Which is...
Were you paying attention when we were talking about how to do fields earlier?
Do a field costs.
Okay, excellent. Really? Gauss rifles are support weapons? That can't be right. That's not right.
All right. What exactly? Okay, what do I have to pay for as far as field costs? It depends on how long I'm going,
into
right?
each skill, and then you get 6 back for each skill that you put 30 into. And the fields are listed on page 82. So, what field are you looking at taking?
I think it might just go basic.
Yeah, you got to go to basic first.
No, this is just like there's basic, advanced, and special. So I guess just maybe
Rad. Just want to jump in here real quick. Support weapons are on page 272. They're like machine guns, grenade launchers,
Excellent.
hand artillery. Apparently, you can carry mortars. Missile launchers are support weapons? What?
Yeah.
All of these things sound like stuff I will carry on my person at all times.
are you Punisher?
It's written for later in the timeline post-clan invasion.
Special forces.
I think I'll just go with the basic.
I don't know what that was in
Basic
reference
level.
You're not going to go back for... You're just going to drop out after basic training? Is that what you're going to do?
It's not. I don't think it's basic training. It's just. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how
so,
it works.
So the way I will explain it to you. So the way it works is like you decide how many years you're going to go to school. In your first year, you complete basic.
Right.
So when you pay the however much it is, what is it, like 800 something XP to go to military academy, right? You can go as many years as you want, and you want to go as many years as you can, because while you're in school, this is the only time you're going to receive a discount on skills. So if there's a field, there's a field you want to do, because you're basically paying 24, and you're getting 30 points. You know what I'm saying? Like you're getting a 6-point discount on all the ones you take.
Okay. All right.
So you're going to go to basic training, and you're going to put a 30 in.
Well, we got to start from the beginning. You're going to the military academy?
Yes.
So in prerequisites, there's a bunch of stuff you have to take.
Yeah. I was going to go work on that.
Then you get all your automatic.
Yeah.
Then
you
take the basic training field, and then you're probably going to want Mechwarrior. And then if you want to go again for another year, you can take one of the extra skills.
Yes, you can go again. You can do another advanced one. I think you can do advanced more than once, right? You could go back and do as many of those as you want.
You can go back and take any of them as many times as you want.
Yeah.
But it has to be a different one each time. You can't take the same one over and over.
Okay.
Right.
So if I do go for advanced, I would get basic as well.
You have to do it in order. So you have to go basic.
Okay, so basic, then advanced.
Mechwarrior, and then advanced.
Okay.
Which one are you looking for? Oh, I'm sorry. When you say advanced, yes. You have to start in basic training and then go to Mechwarrior.
Yeah.
Correct.
And then if you want to go back and do something like scout or ship's crew or whatever other weird thing you want to do, you go back for a third year and you do that. And
the guy who wants to take navigation C is going to make fun of ship's crew?
I took ship's crew. I'm going back to school to do.
God.
No, I'm just kidding. I didn't.
Oh my God, Rad.
But after you made that,
that's the worst part.
Comment, I wanted to. Just from you laughing at it, I want to do it now. What do I get? Career ship's crew, computers, gunnery, spacecraft, technician, any, and 0G operations. So I can float around in space in my crab inside of a giant fishbowl.
That's
super effective.
None of those are things that are ever going to happen. Let's see here. There was a question as to what faction, nation, and house everybody's playing from. Sid's character is going to be from the Lyran Commonwealth.
Yes.
And is now a first lieutenant for a mercenary company. English up here was born into a mercenary company, moved to the Draconis Combine in order to get some training at Sun Jiang, and is now joining the unit. Pondo and Rad were both born in the Southwest Trinity Worlds, the Intendancy of New Spain, in the Free Worlds League, and are now mercenaries.
Howdy, y'all.
There are no Outworlders here. No one likes the Outworlds Alliance. Sorry. I said that with a straight face, too.
So it doesn't seem like we're going to have anybody with any technician skills per se.
I think I have
thought Sid had some. No, you don't?
I mean,
I have technician weapons.
I'll make sure I have at least one.
I have technician myomer.
Okay.
So I have 400 will,
but I only have like 1 point. I only have.
That's really not a. That's a terrible thing to have training in. You probably want technician Battlemech. I think is a thing.
I don't think there is a technician Battlemech.
There must be. There's got to be a tech.
There's technician mechanical.
There's aeronautics, cybernetics, electronics, jets, mechanical, myomer, nuclear, and weapons.
Oh, It must be mechanical. I'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm. It's like myomer was part of my kits.
That'd be the one I'd want if anything.
My schooling
was what, mechanical?
Yeah, I didn't know what it was. I was thinking mechs, but I didn't see a mech.
Yeah, myomer is the arms and legs of mechs. It's the muscles.
Would technician weapons also cover mech weapons, or would
I'm gonna go look up technician real quick and see what it covers. If we need to, we'll just use the quick tech rules from I think it's called strategic operations, where you just kind of just roll your technician skill overall to do stuff if it's necessary. Mechanical is tanks and vehicles. Battlemechs are split up to all the subcategories. Is that right?
Interesting.
Hmm.
That's a lot of bases to cover.
That is a lot of bases to cover.
Okay.
Remember, in strategic operations, uses modifiers applied. Bloop, 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 bloop. Subtracted. Tech mechanical covers basic mechanical design. Okay, so that's probably the one you went for repairing Battlemechs.
So mechanical?
Yeah, I'll look up strategic operation rules later, though. We do have a single unit of mechanical. Yeah, so Chad is right. In order, I remember earlier I said that you have like 7 technicians in order to make up a group. Each one is from a different subspecialization.
Oh, okay, well that makes sense.
Which is why you have 1 unit of them maintaining all your Battlemechs. And probably you have a unit of Aztecs that do all of your other shit. Yep.
I'm actually going to. Looks like I'll be holding on to most of my money.
I mean,
yeah, we'll see how long that lasts.
I want to donate that to my pocket association. I wouldn't mind.
I'm still undecided on the real life situation here.
All right, that's worth a shot.
Really? I mean, I have that same problem in the actual real life where I want to go from here.
Yeah.
It's not like AAA is going to come out on missions to fix your back. Just call up Comstar real quick.
I mean, I did spend some. I'm down to 36,000 and change.
I am thinking Explorer.
Explorer? Really? Really?
Seems to be...
you don't have an intersphere affiliation. You have an independent.
Yeah.
Wait, let's see here. Oh, it says you have no connection restriction. I guess you actually don't need to do anything. It only says that you can't do it if you're certain things. Wow. Okay, so the Explorer Corp is literally like jumping out to the edge of space and trying to find new worlds and stuff.
Sadly, I can't do that because it's clan affiliations must be of a scientific caste only.
You're not clan.
Oh,
None of the prereqs apply to you because you don't. Don't worry about it. The prereqs don't apply to you. As long as you don't have TDS, Transit Disorientation Syndrome, you can take Explorer.
Yeah, that's fine. Then I'm taking Explorer.
And so what you do is that means you spent 6 years. You spent 6 years working as a mercenary, going on jump ships that. So space travel is accomplished by having a ship called a jump ship. Spend 7 days pulling in sunlight and solar energy, and then they rip a hole 30 light years in space or less to jump between systems. And your job is to like escort these ships as they jump out into unknown space to find new worlds.
All right.
You're like Star Trek, the Next Generation, the shitty one. That's right,
that.
Sid. I'm challenging you to a rap battle here.
I get that.
Let me drop my Deep Space Nine beat.
We all know that Enterprise was the worst one.
I mean, I'd go with Discovery now, or whatever the new one is.
I think Discovery wins is the worst one.
Enterprise beats Discovery for one thing. The opening theme for Enterprise is really good and full of American imagery. Don't be a hater. It was a country Star Trek theme. It was everything I wanted.
Oh my god, so bad.
All right. So I have a lot of things to put.
It was like they wanted to get everyone who watched Firefly to come watch their show.
And they failed miserably.
I mean, that's because they did time travel.
That's true.
Rad, you're deep in thought. Let me distract you.
No, there's actually a thing that the whole thing with the tardigrade in Discovery, there was actually an indie game that was exactly that concept before Star Trek Discovery was even announced.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just going to
So it sounds like Discovery might have ripped the idea off from a small indie PC game.
Listen, chat. I just
It's
saw
just
someone
hilarious.
talk shit about Voyager. Voyager's pretty good. Voyager's right behind Deep Space Nine, y'all.
Oh, yeah, flexible. Okay.
What's a Goliath Scorpion Seeker?
Nope, that's clans.
Sounds ridiculous.
They're like special Inquisition people for the clan Goliath Scorpion.
So nobody expects them. Much like the Spanish Inquisition. Nope, nobody. All right.
I got you. I understood it.
Listen, the clans are real dumb.
Guerrilla Insurgent.
Is that you? You
I don't know.
spent years Osama bin Ladening in the backwoods.
Merchant. Nope. Organized crime. That's fucking cool.
I mean, each great house has a organized crime thing for it. The Yakuza basically run half the Draconis Combine.
Think tank. Interesting.
Yeah, they're really big on science stuff in this game.
I think I have to go with just a regular old tour of duty.
Sure you don't want to go to the Solaris 7 games?
What is that?
That's where you become a gladiator, a Mechwarrior.
Oh my god, yes, that is exactly what I want to do.
Hell yeah.
You took Mechwarrior training. Yep.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Well, then you won't be able to go. You have to do
No.
a tour of duty, and then you can go to the Solaris 7 games.
Oh, I see.
What's the Mechwarrior? Is it piloting mech?
It's all
piloting
the
mech
skills
and mech
listed.
gunnery.
It's gunnery mech, piloting mech, sensor operations, tactics, land, and technician
Okay.
any.
So everything mech. Got it.
Yep.
Don't forget you have to set some points aside for vehicle.
Yeah, you definitely want to make sure you get rank in vehicle. I mean,
I
I don't
have
think
land
anybody
vehicle.
here is going to end up with, 4,000 of their 5,000 points spent by the end.
Hmm.
People will have plenty of flexible XP.
Phrase off.
Usually.
Rad's like, actually, I'm going to spend all of my XP. I'm going to go to school for 7 more years.
My edge is 900.
That's not a... Is it really?
No.
Okay. I was
Dear
worried
God.
because you said that in the voice of a guy who had an edge of 900. This world is imperfect. I will remake it so that it is as beautiful as I am.
Really though, if you don't care how old you are, there's no incentive to not just like stay in school for like 7 years and keep getting all
You
the
realize that's the same way real life works, right?
the discounted skill training from all of the from the field costs. It's like
It's almost like school is a really good thing.
So,
as I say that, I want to scroll back up and look at school.
Mr. Teacher.
Do I want to go back for a few more years? Let me double check this.
so what's the difference between the 3 types of communication?
Good question.
Black box, conventional.
Don't take black
and-
box.
Yeah, no.
All right, so
guessing
black
HP.
box is like a fax machine that is secret, and only like highest level government people have it.
There we go.
It's like ultra low frequency radio waves from the 70s when we sent them to submarines.
It was it was a futuristic version of the Enigma.
Fair
Yeah,
enough. Fair
basically.
enough. And we won't have one in a mercenary group.
There's zero chance of that ever happening.
But
You would
would
be
it-
killed for it.
Fair enough. Then I won't take that.
What's the other type? Probably HPG. Yeah.
HPG is one and conventional.
Okay,
is
so
the other.
HPG you're probably never going to use. HPG is for the phone company. Comstar, they control
Comstar.
literally everything. Everything everywhere.
Fair enough. Conventional.
So they open holes that go 50 light years and send data streams through them. They're like, instead of sending jump ships by mass, they send data, which lets them go almost twice as far. So conventional EM is radio.
What we'll be using.
Yep. And yes, the phone company is so powerful that they have the base money. They literally are the gold standard of dollar bills.
Yep.
The Comstar bill is what everybody else's currency is valued on.
I mean, everything is C-bills. That's what your funds are.
Yep. I'm going to make sure to pay you guys in, like, K-bills and Karita bills or whatever the shitty Free Rasselhag Republic bills are, like the Dracons. They'll pay you in gold coins. You'll have to pay to get them converted. Oh, God, it'll be like D&D. Someone will be like, I have 500 gold coins for you. You're like, I don't know what that's worth. Pay me in digital dollars.
Yeah, the only thing that's accepted in this world is Bitcoin.
That's true. That is literally the valuation of a C-bill.
What
Pay them
language
in saltines.
would be the best to have other than English?
I mean German for where you're at in the Lyran Alliance, Lyran Commonwealth. Sorry.
Fair enough.
And Spanish if you want to do that instead for the rest of your team who all speak Spanish, except for Sid, who speaks German.
So what's basic training under, or is that the mech stuff?
Basic training is on page 82 or something like that.
Yeah, it's on 82.
No, it's
on 80.
Is it a trait or is it a skill? That's what I mean. Or is
no.
this...
Basic training is a field.
Ah.
It's on page 84, and it tells you what skills you get within that thing.
And you put 30 in each.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And then you take 6 from 6 back from each.
Brad, how's it going for you? Did you decide to go back to school for 4
Yeah, I
more
decided to
years?
go back to school for a mech technician.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm putting 30 in each of the technician things,
Gonna-
excluding cybernetics and aeronautics.
All of them?
All of them
Tech
except for
mech,
those
tech
2.
vehicle, tech civilian.
Oh, no, I get electronics, jets, mechanical, mimer, and nuclear.
Okay, so you're just taking tech mech. All right.
Tech mech, yep.
I thought you said you were going to take all of the technician fields, and I was like, what?
Nope. I thought, I figured like I get the field XP discount.
Yeah, you want
and I get to have a
tune up
1.
your mech, you know?
Yeah,
just
I
in
get to have a
case.
1 in all of
Yeah.
those things. So I feel like that was a pretty good deal. So I should be able to do simple things like realign my focusing lens on my
You just want to
laser
be able to
and stuff
put the
like
second
that.
claw on your crab.
Basically,
I have
yeah.
100 in martial arts.
Maybe we should get the jump
That's a
jets
good
first.
amount of power in martial arts.
Aye.
Cool, I
Wow,
got
Pondo
70.
out of nowhere with a fucking clothesline about jump
What?
jets.
I missed it.
He
Oh,
said
Not,
maybe you should get
not
some
as
jump
good
jets.
as my 110.
I will figure out how to get some jump jets somehow.
But don't you have a glass jaw?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be the last place you want to be?
High risk, high reward.
I am easy to take down, but you would have to hit me first.
My
Alright,
character's name is Death Wish.
still gonna have to do
That's his
some
call
stuff.
sign.
That's your call sign,
Okay.
not your name.
Now you
Call
put
sign
meaning
is
to
my
the
name. That is my identity.
It's very confusing me.
Investigation, any.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Okay, now I need to figure out my tour of duty. So do I have to pick a tour of duty? Who am I tour of dutying for, Arthur?
That's a great question. Who do you want a tour of duty for?
I don't know.
You could tour of duty for. Does it let you pick?
Don't know.
Let's see here.
Now I gotta take
Tour
Mechwarrior.
of duty.
of
What did you start? You started with an Inner Sphere affiliation.
Free worlds.
Yep. So you can either choose a tour of duty with the Free Worlds League military, or you can do it with the mercenary company.
Okay, tell me more. Tell me more about my options.
I mean, that'll just be a fictional thing. You have to take Inner Sphere only, because that's your.
What kind of things would I be doing on a tour of duty with the Free Worlds League?
Well, Free Worlds League doesn't fight anybody for like 30 years, so you'd probably just be garrisoning something.
Okay, it's probably a mercenary company then. I want to have some real life experience here. I want to be the grizzled sergeant that tells stories about
I remember the War of
Back-
3039. I was
Back in
there.
his day. Yeah, it's bullshit like that.
AP.
Yeah, let me look up 3039. I think Free Worlds League might have fought in that one.
So,
Call sign is call sign.
No, that would be. Oh God, please no.
Call sign.
The
My call sign's gonna be over and out.
Free Worlds League did not take part in 3039. All right, so I mean, literally, the Free Worlds League hasn't fought anybody for like
But I could've-
20
I could've-
years by now.
I could have been from a mercenary
Yeah,
company.
you will have to
fought
be
in
from
the
a
war, right?
mercenary company, and
Ah,
you'd have to
that's what
be
I'm
in
doing.
one that either work with the Federated Sons, the Lyran Commonwealth, or the Draconis Combine. So you would have. The last big war was almost 10 years ago.
Oh, you could have fought with me.
Yeah, you could have fought with him in the war.
Okay, yeah,
Hey,
that makes sense. I like that.
AP, what types of survivals are there? Because it says survival any, and I have two choices. I'm guessing there's two
That
types
would
of
also
survival.
explain how I wound up in this mercenary unit.
Yep. Yeah, could it have been this mercenary unit, Arthur? Would it have to have
No,
been a
this
different
one's being fresh formed right now.
one? Okay.
Oh,
Sorry, friends. You're looking for survival.
Now I'm gonna have to buy my rank up to sergeant too.
I mean, if you want to be really badass, you take one of the Draconis Combine ranks, like Talon Sergeant.
My goodness.
That's specifically a
My-
Mechwarrior only. You have to own your own mech, and you get the special rank of Gun Show.
So what would a
Catch-
two
catchphrases.
get me?
Catchphrase.
Your survival is based
That's
on
right.
the environment. So like Arctic, desert, forest, ocean, mountain, jungle.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely want to carry like a giant
So what would be
wrench
Draconis
as my melee
combined
weapon.
sort of zones? Jungle?
I mean, this is Mechwarrior. The most common zone is grassland, forest, or mountain.
Okay. I'll go.
For the military academy stuff, do you have to take both basic training, or is it basic training naval? Is
You
one
would
of the
just take
others
one of
both?
them. So you would take
One
basic
of the
training.
okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Basic training navals for when you want to become like a. Instead of playing as mech pilots, we could be playing as fighter pilots. In which
Gotcha.
case, you would need basic like warship training and all that shit.
Gotcha.
If you want to be an
So-
elite swimmer
That's not
like me.
We're talking about space navy, not
I-
actual land navy.
The same principles apply, let me tell you.
You don't swim through the Black Ocean, my friend.
Maybe you
It's a
don't.
jetpack.
We're just part way to Gundam, not full in the space and everything. Got it.
We're only part way to Gundam. Wow.
We're not quite space yet. We're getting
Sounds like a line from a Bon Jovi song.
there.
We're part way to
Mhm.
Gundam.
Part way there.
What's the area we'll be starting in again?
You're starting in the Rim Collect. Well, okay. This is complicated. You're starting in the Lyran Commonwealth on the very westernmost edge of it, in a location that in the next couple of months is going to become known as the Rim Collective.
Mhm.
It's a
So-
series of periphery worlds that are pulling themselves together so that they don't get their butts kicked anymore. They were like, hey, we're getting our butts kicked all the time and we live next to each other. Have you considered not getting our butts kicked? Is literally what they're saying right now at the beginning of the game.
It's legit. I'm Inner Spear, right?
Yes. That's true. You are an Inner Sphere Surat. You use contractions and everything.
What does that mean?
Don't worry about it. It'll become relevant in Season 2.
Okay.
free birther.
Stravag. I like how my go-to is Surat and your go-to is Freebirth. We're just in different directions.
Just two ships passing in the night.
I'm Jade Falcon, you're Wolf. Just kidding. Obviously, Clan Nova Cat.
And then, right, I just have 170 flexible XP to spend.
What about what's left over from your 5,000? Uh-oh. Yup.
So for all the from the skills I've spent 1,655.
And you'll have to
And
subtract.
total
your-
XP is wait, is that Oh yeah, attributes 1,605 traits. It says total XP is 3,855.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got your flex XP, and then we'll start doing the end of character creation stuff.
Yeah, don't
Where
forget, you have to meet your prerequisites.
Yeah, that's the important one.
I'm going to be spending some of my XP to get to those.
And to throw you a curveball,
don't do it.
You need to make sure there's enough points in your gunnery mech and piloting mech skills. And you also have to have the vehicle trait.
Already go.
I mean, don't confuse him yet. We'll walk it through step by step.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
So
I've got
before
the
you
vehicle trait, and I've got a point skill level in my gunnery mech.
So there was a thing that I missed the first time I did it that I didn't understand fully. Was the first thing you got to do is you have to even out. You have to even out all your skills, right? Like there have to be increments of 100. Isn't that true?
Not skills.
Not
for your skill.
Your
for
traits
traits.
have to be to the
Traits.
nearest 100.
So you have to round off all of your traits, whether that be getting XP back from them by going backwards on them, or putting XP into them by making them go up. They have to be increments of 100. So that's kind of the first thing you have to do. That's what I would recommend. That be the first thing you do.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going back on some things to check stuff.
Raddosaurus welding a fully deployed mobile field base to his crab as a shell.
Yes. Whatever.
This is like my crab custom variant command mech, and everyone's like, "My God, is that a 10-ton field hospital on the back of your mech?"
It's gonna be an aircraft carrier by the time I'm done with it.
Oh, Cotton thinks people are kidding about the crab thing.
No,
bro.
It's legit.
His Battlemech is called the Crab, and it does in fact look like a crab.
All day, every day. Living that crab life.
We'll go
Cotton,
get the
I will
picture.
find it for you, and I will go send you.
Half-dead Crabalicious.
People have actually sent links.
You gotta put that one from the. I'll post it. I got this.
If I was to triple dip into military academy, what would be a good other one to get?
Is Special Forces an option?
Yeah.
Then probably that one.
But you have to go properly through.
Is there anything else you want to do with your character that you could cover with triple dip?
I was mostly thinking about the perception. Survival anti-track.
I mean,
maybe
Special Forces is a good dip. Infantry anti-mech is a strange dip. If you want to go really far out there, military scientist or doctor.
I was looking at that. I think I'm not.
I don't think any of the warship stuff would be worth it for you, and you probably couldn't even take it anyway.
We do already have a doctor. Just saying. But
yeah,
you know what happens when you only have one doctor? That's
two doctors ain't bad though. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was thinking as far as like the scout.
I've seen every war movie ever. I know that the doctor's the first guy to get shot.
It's true.
I'm thinking.
My mech has bigger weapons than Red's.
Wow. Well, guess what, man? His mech weighs more than yours and has a slightly higher battle value. How about that?
Ever so slightly.
They'd actually be exactly matched if you swapped out your small laser for a medium.
Well, guess what? He doesn't have the space.
There you go, Cotton. I just linked my favorite picture of the crab. That's how I envision it.
For when we spend our extra stuff, can we put that into anything, or is it stuff that we already have?
No, you can put it in anything.
Okay.
Ignore that nasty 1980s mech art.
So I think.
No, you're kidding. That mech art is great.
The one I just pasted is my favorite. That's how I'm going to.
I like that one. That makes it look pretty badass.
I'm not going to triple dip.
You're not going to triple dip?
I'm not going to triple dip. I'm not going to take that chance.
I tripled it up.
I triple dip.
Of course you did. Now you want to make me think of triple dipping. Damn
I mean, the two experienced people triple dipped. I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, I had to for officer training.
It's true.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah,
I
where
was
is
actually
that?
looking into that.
Where is
just
that
for the
rad mech art?
shenanigans.
Rad's gonna have to draw all of the characters standing next to their mechs. They'll be
Standing
little.
next-
They'll literally just be stick figures.
It'll just be little dots.
Look, you could tell it's Pondo because it has a slight slash. It is slightly taller to represent
slightly.
America.
Their head looks big because they have a hat.
Yeah, of course.
There's that little blur. That's their hat blur.
I want to be a secret officer.
I'll just put a big
Capable
cowboy hat
person.
on
You
your
wanna,
neck.
did you say a secret officer?
It's like take the officer training, but never really go on it.
Just never tell anyone.
I want to tell
And
you.
then I'll sweep in and take it from Sid.
Officers get paid more in monthly salary. Not that that'll make a huge difference, but you can basically double your amount of money you get a month just by.
So the rich boy gets paid the most too. That's how the world works.
Your salary is determined by how competent you are in your Mechwarrior field skills, plus how competent you are in your officer field skills.
I'm not gonna get paid jack.
Are you not very competent at any of those
I'm
things?
not very competent in anything.
I mean, I thought you were pretty good at piloting and gunnery. As long as you're good at those, you might.
I had rank 4 in each of those.
Yeah, I'm not going to triple dip. Okay, what's the next? What
Oh
do I
my
need to
gosh,
do?
Pondo, you're like a wave.
I'm trying to lead the pros and cons here, man. I'm
All right.
number crushing, and it's
Next
kinda,
up is the real life. What did you want to do in real life? He takes combat correspondent. He literally just left the
Just a
military.
journalist.
Became a journalist. I'm on scene now. As you can see behind me, there's a JN7D Jenner. That's from the Draconis Combine right there. You can see from the giant markings. Yes, I am standing that close, Judy. It is about to step on me.
I want you to know that my tour
Back to you.
40 navigation any, and I'm definitely going to put it in C.
I'm gonna make.
No, we're never going to have a
No,
campaign
there's
anywhere near the
absolutely
water.
going
at
to be a foot mission where you have to pilot a sailboat down a river to infiltrate a military base.
I've been training my whole life for this.
I'm
The
prepared.
stealthiest vehicle.
all. This is my
Sailboat.
moment.
What
It's
is navigation KF jump? Is that like a
That's
hyperspace
for
jump?
that's for jumping between systems.
All right. Is it like Star Wars where that's actually
No,
super
KF
important?
is Kirini Fuchida.
Yeah, so here's the thing. If you fuck up on a KF jump, you get stuck in infinite space forever and die a horrible screaming death. Or you don't jump at all. Or the really bad one is you jump and you end up someplace you didn't want to be.
Or you explode.
I mean, the explode one is the best of all of those.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, well, I guess not
Well,
jumping
just
at all.
not going anywhere would be the best outcome. But
All right, that's all my flexible XP for Explorer done.
yeah, weird things can happen on a
And
failed
I
jump.
have
What is the blood mark trait?
That might
sounds
be a
pretty good. So
that might be a clan thing.
If it's a clan, yeah, it cannot have clan affiliation. Wait, that is a clan thing. Never mind.
Let's see here.
yeah.
blood
Some
mark.
things have minus blood mark as well.
Character with the blood mark trait. Oh no, it's Han Solo thing. It means that you have a bounty. Bounty hunters are looking for you.
Yes,
blood
take
mark
the
trait.
blood mark.
Yeah, so how deep you are in blood mark tells you how much your bounty is worth, how good the enemy bounty hunter is, and how often they randomly show up.
Is it
We'll
the
just all
higher
have
you
horrible
in
people
blood mark
hunting for
or
us.
The lower XP you have in blood mark.
Blood mark is a negative trait, so
My ex-girlfriend
the
put a
lower it
bounty
is,
on my
the
head.
worse things get.
Okay.
So please don't take like a -4 or something like that in it.
It's like a
Negative
negative
4
7.
means that you're worth up to 999,999 sea bills, which is like 1/5 of a small battle mech.
I'm gonna do it.
You could buy several tanks for that much money. And the enemy bounty hunter is twice as good as you are, so he'll have 10,000 starting experience.
Please don't do that.
Fun,
No, I
we
wanna
found
do it.
you, Pondo
Sid,
the
see what you did?
Stampede, the $60 billion double dollars man.
What?
That's right,
No.
Rad. You haven't seen Trigun.
Another Trigun reference there.
It's Trigun Vash the Stampede is worth 60 billion double dollars. Double dollars is the name of their money for some reason. They
That's
never explain why
amazing.
they aren't just called regular dollars. I asked that question on stream during our anime roundtable, and no one had an answer.
The double the worth of dollars.
And just so you know, that line gets said constantly. Like, every 3 or 4 episodes, someone shows up and is like, I finally found you, Vash the Stampede. The 60 billion double dollars, man. And he's like, what? That's not me. That's not me at all.
So really, it literally probably just came down to somebody thought it sounded cool.
It's anime. Of course someone thought it sounded cool.
Right.
Trigun, an anime you should avoid at all costs. Maybe watch up until Brilliant Dynamite's Neon shows up, and then stop.
So what? So this says plus 75 total additional XP, and then in parentheses it says plus 25 each assigned to a maximum of 7 skills the character possesses from his military field.
What's this from?
This is from my tour of duty.
Interesting.
So I cannot assign more than 25 to a maximum of 7 different. Does that mean I could put more than 25 in one of my?
No, because it's 175
Total.
7 times. Yes.
Okay.
So you pick 7 different skills and put 25 in each.
And they had to have been skills that I got from being
Your
in
military fields, yes.
School. Okay.
You picked a couple different military field skills, though, right?
I did technician. I did infantry, special forces, and technician. So I have quite a few to pick from, I guess.
Yep. Compulsion, any addiction or unlucky.
Yeah.
I'm the
know.
unluckiest
I
man in
hear
the
those.
world.
I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with that.
He's like,
I mean, you could do me where you need to punch a certain type of people.
that's,
Organization.
It's only 50. I'm probably just going to buy it out and make it go away.
oh, really? You don't want to have compulsion smoke weed every day?
Smoke
Wouldn't that be an addiction?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, your compulsion is any addiction, so.
Then why is it an addiction a separate thing?
I don't know. It says compulsion, any addiction, or unlucky.
He's going to be addicted to like Yu-Gi-Oh cards or something like that.
That's not a thing you can choose.
But it's gonna be like a really secret thing. Like
That's
he's
not
gonna
a thing you could choose.
Oh, all right.
You
Bummer.
can't be addicted to Yu-Gi-Oh
This,
cards.
this game isn't zany enough.
I,
for me.
I love the idea of you being like, you might have defeated me in Battlemech combat, but I challenge you to a children's card game. We're going to play in the Shadow Realm. The winner takes the other's Battlemech.
I mean,
What's left of it?
sounds reasonable to me.
All right,
With
I guess
how our run's gone.
I believe in the heart of my Mech's fusion engine.
I guess I'm going with Tour of Duty. Swords of Real Life.
Yeah, that's what I went with too.
That's about the
that's
only
a
thing that
popular
fits.
one. I mean,
It just fits.
if you want to be real good, you take Tour of Duty, and then wait, you can qualify for Solaris 7 games
He can, yeah.
because you took Mechwarrior, right?
Yeah.
So you could qualify for Solaris 7 games if you wanted to. I'm not saying it's a
could be
good
a
idea,
gladiator.
but it is a hilarious idea. It's literally like you are a pro wrestler
Minus 250
for Battlemechs.
enemy. That sounds hilarious. Okay.
Oh,
All
and
right,
look, it's even got
so-
blood mark.
It does have blood mark. Now you have to bump that all the way up to 100 at the end, or
Yeah, you'll have to bring all of your traits to the closest 100 that you want. Well, you can bump it up or down, but
gotcha.
don't worry
So
about
just-
that until the end. Then we'll do traits, and then we'll talk about you needing a certain amount of rank and vehicle.
As far as Tour of Duty, it'd be from the Inner Sphere.
Yeah, you'd have to be from Inner Sphere.
Gotcha.
Here's a question. Me counting up the ages, and
I don't really care about age that much.
yeah, it's just how with what I've gone through, it would put me at 27.
Okay, that's fine.
But
That's
that
reasonable.
actually boosts up my available XP a bit.
We need a
Alright.
vehicle trait as well.
Yes.
Okay.
That's fine.
Everybody that's in a media mech is going to need a vehicle trait that's fairly high. And then
400 for mediums.
Yep, and then for an extra 200, you'll actually own that mech, rather than just the mercenary company owns it and has lent it to you.
Gotcha.
So from what this has told me, I have 2,125 XP unspent.
Okay. All right. So, have you bought up or down onto your traits?
I haven't spent any of that XP yet.
Okay, so you
I've
need
just
to bring all of your traits to the nearest 100 in either direction. So if you've got a trait that's 75, you either need to bring it up to 100 or down to 0. And then, as chat says, you need to have all of your stats meet your prereqs, and then we'll talk. Because I think you had a bunch of stats that needed 4s.
Oh, yeah. I've been using the flexible XP to get most of them to 3 at least.
Really? You have enough flexible XP to do that? I mean,
yeah, I've been
obviously
counting.
You need 400.
Yeah, I've got 300 in strength, body. I've got 355 in reflex.
Wow. Okay.
200 intelligence and 300 in willpower.
That's some real flex right there.
All right. Definitely buying out my illiterate to 0.
Oh, thank God.
So I will tell you right now, I have 80 in English, 65 in Japanese, and 40 in German.
Ooh, you don't need to buy out illiterate then.
Oh, okay.
If you have a 4, but let me double check. But if you have a 4 in a language, you overcome your illiteracy.
No, so it's a 3 in English is a 3 with 80.
You're correct. Yep. All right, so you will need to buy out illiteracy.
It's fine. That's mine.
Walker, Texas Jenner, the hermit crab. Pondo's Wolverine should have 3 fist-mounted pulse lasers in each arm. Yeah, of course we're gonna remove all his weaponry and give him 3 small pulse lasers in each arm.
What exactly does skill specialties? How does that work? I'm on page 85.
Yeah, I think that's that shitty thing where you can be like, instead of being good at mech gunnery, I'm gonna be good at mech medium laser gunnery, which gives you a +1 when you use that specific thing, but gives you a -2 when you use anything else.
I'm buying out introvert.
I haven't found specialties to be of any value whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, what trait point do I need to get to own my vehicle?
Okay. You have a Jenner, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you have a light mech. Let me look up vehicle trait light mech. 9 quirks. No. General vehicle. All right, so you need to have a 500 in your vehicle in order to own a Jenner.
Okay. Go straight to 500 then. That's...
Sid's blackjack, we're just going to rip the arms off and replace them with 2 giant spades. Gonna walk up to people and beat them to death with his giant arms. Blackjack.
Where do you stand on fast learner, slow learner, and tech empathy?
I'm not real big on you taking those if you didn't get them through your, through whatever.
Yeah, I'm not going to take them mostly because I don't think the sheet calculates
the sheet will
them
calculate it correctly.
properly.
No, it's actually going to fuck it up really bad.
Yeah, it's going to fuck it up real bad.
And it's definitely like the ultimate OP choice.
Yeah, it seems like
fast learner.
Let's put a rule in there for optimization. Basically, is what they did. It seems like.
Okay.
All right. So I need to look up. Where's the there's like a breakdown of the different traits somewhere.
You mean what traits do?
Yeah.
It's like on page 110.
And are these pre-generated characters?
Or what pre-generated characters?
I'm looking down on page like 99.
99.
Feastman.
Yes. Yep. Those are all the
Renegade Warrior. Interesting. So let me look at some of these guys as examples. Probably should have done this in the beginning.
I mean, you should take a look at Mechwarrior, because that's the Mechwarrior. That's a smart pick.
Scout looks pretty cool. Aerospace pilot, yeah. Tanker. Mechwarrior. Oh my god, that's what Mechwarriors wear? Jesus.
Yeah, I told you, man. Mechwarriors wear, like, shorts and a tank top. Also, they all have sick tattoos with kanji, apparently.
I'm gonna dress like the Summer Games skin from Soldier 76. It's my favorite
That's
skin
a good
in the
one.
favorite skin in the whole game.
Is it that you relate to it? Is that why?
Yes, it's right up my alley. Whenever he throws down his healing, he's just like, get refreshed.
So,
It's so good, dude.
You're just gonna dress in a Hawaiian shirt and khaki shorts?
You don't have any idea how often in my life I now yell at people to get refreshed. I say it fucking constantly. Every time I bring somebody a drink from the refrigerator, or when I'm on military drill and it's time for people to drink water, I just say, get refreshed.
so
It's my favorite.
I don't know if you played Octopath Traveler, but one of the spam lines for the heroes is go pleasure yourself. But her specialty is charming people with enchantment magic. Sorry, English, go ahead.
I've got 420 unspent XP left.
All right.
That's just from fixing my
Yes.
ability scores and traits.
You are going to want to make sure that your stats are up to date. Did you already do that? Sorry, attributes. You want to make sure your attributes reach the prereqs.
Yeah, I done
All right,
my
now you can
actual-
freely spend on whatever you want. You probably are going to want to buy up to at least a 4 and 4 in gunnery and piloting for mech.
A mech is a 1.
Yeah, that's really
gunnery.
bad. That's horrible.
Okay.
You can get a maximum
Piloting
of 5.
is a 3 for a mech.
Okay.
Surprising,
Yep, maximum of 5, but you're going to want at least a 4. That's probably going to kill a bunch of XP for you.
What does it cost to be a 4 for the XP?
I was just looking at that.
Is it 120?
What does it cost to be a 4?
100
is
120. Yeah.
What page is that on?
It's on page 85 at the bottom.
So,
Gosh, I can hear my cat running around all the time.
when it says assigned to my military fields, that's like the basic training stuff.
Yeah, that's what
and
you
the
took
mech-
earlier
okay.
at the academy.
Gotcha.
You can go back to any of those fields that you already took.
All right, so I'm gonna optimize my XP here by losing animal empathy in order to get rid of illiterate. You're welcome, Arthur.
I'm sorry, what did you do?
I'm gonna lose animal empathy to get rid of illiterate.
Amazing. You're not like somehow as you grew up, you got worse at dealing with animals. In
I
order
feel
to
sad.
Speak. You were
In
like,
order to talk to humans.
you were like, I'm sorry, 20-foot tall giant Auroch. I'll no longer be able to pet you, but I must learn the language of my people.
His dad was like, "Stop playing with the buffalo. Get in here and learn your letters, boy." All right, my wealth is negative 25. I should probably do something about that.
Where do you find your wealth?
It's a trait.
It's a trait.
Oh,
You
trait.
may not have had anything that affected it.
Okay. So I'm going to put the rest of my 90 XP into wealth.
You
that's
need
not-
100.
Yeah, you need 100 because it's
That
a
won't
trait.
get you anything, yeah.
So you just have to save.
Can I remove some XP?
Yes, you can.
Put it
How
in-
high is your rank trait?
Rank, it is at trait points is 2 and it's at experience 240. 240.
Shave
Well,
10
I
off
mean,
of it.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a trait thing. So at 240, you either go up to 300 or down to
200.
200.
All right, Arthur, I already asked you.
I
Let me
would
ask
take
you
it down
again.
to 200.
Where's the breakdown of what the different traits do? What page is that on?
100-ish.
Sorry, I got distracted by all the pre-gens.
What does equipped do anyway?
Equipped allows you to get more advanced technological weaponry,
Okay, so I
like
have
laser guns and
170,
shit.
but it won't really.
If
Effects.
your rank is 2, that
It's
means
1.
you're only a trainee. You aren't even a mech warrior. You're gonna get
Unequipped.
paid like hella nothing.
Okay, I'm going to put 30 into that and make it 200 for equipped.
You got a 200 equipped now? Okay.
Yeah.
Why does
I'm
a
taking-
D&D style game need animal empathy? So that you can
What's
talk
that?
to your oxen.
And now I have exactly 100 XP to put into my wealth.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So, in the Discord chat, I put down all of the starting gear that you start with. That's given to you by the mech company. If you want to copy that down. Basic Mechwarrior gear, auto pistol, etc. Your wealth rating, did you say you had a 1 in wealth?
Mm-hmm.
Your starting credits are 2,500.
All right.
And you're the only person that owns your Battlemech, so... You're the
So
only person
far.
that owns your own Battlemech, so you're going to be in an interesting spot. The mercenary
Low-key
company is going to
stolen.
upkeep your mech, but if at any time you choose to just be like, you know, if it gets destroyed, you'll get the insurance payout or something like a fraction of its cost.
Mm,
But they might give you a replacement Battlemech,
yeah.
like something they've salvaged.
I'm still not
Or
finding
you
it.
could become one of the dispossessed.
No, not that thing. Not that thing.
Oh,
What the
So-
hell's that?
Yes, Isekai. All the player characters are working as mercenaries for a fresh mercenary company.
here we go.
We'll get around to Dispossessed in a minute.
All right, so I'm going to have to move all the stuff that I put into my armor inventory into my combat inventory, aren't I?
It doesn't matter where you put it.
Fair enough then.
I honestly don't feel like it's going to come up often enough where you're like, all right, I need to know the difference between my automag pistol and my pistol automag. A Victor covered in sticky notes to translate functions to Japanese. I would get one of those, you know, like car covers. I would get one that like had kanji on it to show what each button next to it would do. Gonna whip these losers into a competent alpha lance. They're a pursuit lance, and competence is not what they're good at. That's not true. They beat the shit out of that commando.
So what does a career soldier at skill level 4 get you?
Career soldier.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
It's like rank 4. Just not noticed.
We're not actually using the choose.
I mean, career soldier is a skill. It doesn't.
Yeah,
matter
it's
get
like
you
what is
anything.
that?
I'm looking up
Okay.
what career does. It allows you to perform day-to-day duties of the job, such as paperwork, reports to supervisors, and the like.
So I'm really good at doing paperwork. I got used to it.
I mean, probably you're the guy that the lieutenant turns to in order to fill out the daily requisition forms. Do you have career soldier, Sid?
Yeah, I have three skill level 3.
Oh, okay. So you're almost competent at doing it.
AP,
I mean, four is like I do this professionally every day. Yes. What's the question?
I'm looking at some of these like military communicator 50. What's the 54? Is it?
Sorry. If you go look it up in the equipment part of the book, it'll tell you what all that means. It's like weight, cost.
So
range.
each of those.
Each of those
large-
extra things is like a modifier to what the thing does.
Okay.
If you see each one has a page number next to it, so you can just go look up what all those shit means.
We'll try.
Like
I'll try to.
the auto pistols on page 265.
Is sensor operations the thing we use? Let's like the
Yes.
perception.
It's before you go onto the battlefield, someone will roll sensor operations to see if you can detect the enemy mechs.
Okay.
You could also roll it if you think that something's stealth on the battlefield and you want to see if you can find it. So perception is to visually see something, and sensor operations is to be like, I sweep my radar to see if there's a thermal image. Well, you wouldn't sweep your radar, but you get the idea. It's to
Right.
use your mech's sensor package in order to find stuff.
Gotcha. So I have rank 3 in that currently.
How are you like one rank above me in everything?
You put
Because
everything
I
in your
didn't go
money.
to the namby-pamby officer school.
Yeah, there it is.
Yes.
I was actually doing the shit.
So, Rad, how are you doing right now?
I'm going over traits and trying to decide which ones are worthwhile and which ones are not.
Of course. That's
We're not actually using the choose equipment and vehicle trait, are we? Because we already have our mechs pre-picked out.
that's correct.
So I don't need that one.
You will need the vehicle trait, but not the
That's
custom
separate though,
vehicle
right?
trait.
That's not the same thing. Okay. What does toughness do for me?
I assume
Even
it makes
Helps you not die.
to injury than the body
I
attribute may
assume it
indicate.
makes you very strong.
When sustained injury of any kind, toughness multiplies any personal damage sustained by 0.75. Multiplies.
So it's a damage reduction.
Yeah, it's damage and fatigue reduction. Yeah, that's worth it. I'll take that. Seems good. I'll go toughness 1.
It helps you not die.
And what do I need my rank to be to not be a scrub?
It's flexible as 100. Gotcha.
What kind of rank are you looking at? You want to be a sergeant?
Probably.
I'm sure you don't want to be a gun show.
Gun show.
Just so you know, it's not. There's no W on the end of it. It's just gun show. It's Japanese for talent
No,
sergeant.
pass then.
You're like, no, I want to be a real gun show.
All right. So what's after?
Mechwarrior requires rank 5.
Mechwarrior requires 5.
If you
So
were an
what's-
officer, it only requires 3.
I kind of want to go all the way up to squad leader, to be honest.
That
That would be a 6, an E6.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So what's
I
after?
mean, so
stage?
just to be clear, a regular mech warrior is just a sergeant with no additional rank. Squad leader, let me look it up, but it'll probably be something like master sergeant.
What is everybody else sussed out to be?
I think English is still in training.
Like a trainee?
He's got like a cadet rank at rank 2.
My rank, yeah, it's rank 2.
Yep, you're a trainee.
Senior
You're gonna-
trainee. Senior
But I'm
trainee.
probably the best.
You're
doctor
literally
you
like
will
an
ever have.
intern.
Oh no, wait. If he did he didn't do officer, did he?
No, he
No.
didn't.
He's a
No,
senior.
I
did it
did
slower.
officer.
You're a private first class.
He's not even a private first class.
You're not
He's
even a
literally
private first class.
He's just an intern.
Cadet.
Yep.
But I'm the only one that owns the vehicle.
I mean, that's
Oh.
probably why you don't have a rank, right? You literally just showed up with a mech, and he was like, "You're hired."
Pondo, what do you think your rank's going to be at?
My rank, I do. I think I'm at that because I'm done with stage 4. So this is me going through
Okay.
everything, bouncing
You
out.
need
So I'll-
to.
Not there
So
yet.
now you need to make sure all of your attributes match your prereqs, and you need to
Gotcha.
buy off all your traits to the nearest 100.
Gotcha.
You are technically a recruit level, and the ranks are sergeant, master sergeant, sergeant major.
We got E7 as sergeant major.
Let's see here. Sergeant major is E7.
Not quite like the RL, but
So they're going to probably use Lyran Commonwealth ranks, so it's going to be sergeant, sergeant major, staff sergeant major, senior sergeant major, warrant officer.
maybe they're going to go 5 or 6. I'm not sure.
Trying to choose between sergeant and staff sergeant.
Yeah. I'm going to make it sergeant for right now. And if I come back at the end and have some left over, I might bump. That'd be one of the things I bump up. So that's going to be
What is willpower used for?
Not dying.
30.
So I'm not dying. So I want that. Got it.
I mean, it's not a bad thing to have.
Okay, all of my traits are reconciled. I ended up with toughness +1, a 1 in connections, a 1 in fit, and a 5 in rank. I'm going to do my prerequisites, and then I'll go back and do my vehicle. I got to get vehicle up to 500 or 400
It's
for a
400
medium.
For a medium.
400.
Okay.
Why does it cost more for a small? That's my question.
Because you wanted to own yours.
Mm.
So they
That
don't
costs
own
200
their
more.
mechs. All
Yeah,
of
if I want
Okay.
to
They
own mine,
all-
it's going to cost me
yeah.
600.
all of their mechs were assigned to them by the mercenary unit. They're probably owned by the company. You actually own your battle mech. So let's talk about that a little bit. I'm curious. People who own battle mechs are basically like knights. You know, your battle mech has probably been in your family for like 12 generations.
Like a hedge knight.
The guy who repairs your battle mech, like your senior technician, probably has been serving your family for like 3 generations. His grandfather served your grandfather, kind of bullshit. Everyone on your planet probably thinks you're the coolest guy in school because your family owns a battle mech, that kind of thing. Weren't you a war orphan and your family was horribly killed or something? Oh no, you were a born mercenary, right?
Yeah, I was.
All right, so that's probably what it
born
was.
this
That
way,
like your family probably like salvaged this battle mech, and you just kept it in the family for years, and then you were like, "Sweet, I want to become a really good mech warrior. I'm gonna go to Sun Zhang," and they were like, "Shit, Sun Zhang, the #1 mech warrior academy in the whole inner sphere? Sick. Good luck getting your katanas, bro." And you were like, 4 years later, I have learned the art of the sword and also
and
of the
then
mech.
and then 6 years of exploration.
Yeah, you were like, fuck it, now that I'm a mech warrior, I'm gonna strap myself into a jump ship and spend 6 years doing science.
And then you're standing on the outside of ships with the frickin' Jaina.
No wonder you're a shit mech warrior. Oh.
Oh my god. What are your mech piloting and mech gunnery skills at?
4 and 4.
Okay, excellent. We're nearing the end of time here. We don't have super a lot left.
What does our equip need to be?
It's not going to matter super a lot. The company is going to give you equipment. If you want to buy better stuff, having your equipped high is probably a good idea.
And it's
equipped to 0 means you can buy like basic guns.
so to pilot a medium vehicle, it's 400,
Yep.
right? Or is it 500? Okay.
It's 400.
I'm trying to think if I want to own it or not.
Unfortunately, Pondo, I need you to pull everybody out of this so we can answer some questions real quick. We're probably going to need to finish characters individually after this at your own leisure before next week. I have questions, though, that I need answered for my prep this Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
So, here they are. And I need to know things about you guys. Mech warriors are considered their own social class. Owning your own battle mech is akin to nobility, and to pilot one on behalf of another is parallel to knighthood. Many mech warriors claim privilege above other armed service members. Your unit has tankers and infantry. Do you socialize with them at all? Do you use your superior rank as a mech warrior to pull favor? Or are you one of the guys? Sid, I know you've had that answer waiting for me, so what's your answer?
Of course, growing up in a privileged family from the Lyran Commonwealth, mingling with the raff isn't really done in where I come from, so I'd probably stick to, fellow soldiers and everything like that, but the riffraff, the technicians and everything like that's probably not so much.
Interesting.
I would piggyback on that and say conversely. So I think we're going to establish that Sid and I's character have a history, like they've served together.
Yep.
And as a result, like as a dutiful NCO, my character puts himself in between that, right? He's that communication piece. Like he directly takes the orders from his officers down to the enlisted, so that he doesn't ever, as an enlisted person's opinion, it's like he's keeping the officer out of the hair of the troops, right?
Yep.
But like obviously he doesn't play it that way to his superior. He plays it like, let me do you a favor so you don't have to go talk to like the dirtbags.
Yeah, of course.
Like
and he's Lyran, so he doesn't want to talk to the lower class anyway.
Yeah. So
obviously from a leadership perspective, one must maintain a familiar distance, as it were.
Right, exactly. So there's like that chain of command, delegation of authority is like it's very active between. So my guy is definitely one of the guys. Like he associates directly with because having an infantry background, like that's what he's all about. He's all about like, you guys got to mop the floors, I will mop the floors with you, kind of situation.
Pondo, English.
well, since my rank is so low,
You
I basically
Wait, wait.
wanted
Before you answer this,
Wait.
your rank is low. However, socially, you outrank all of these people because you own your own battle mech. Like, Sid's family might be super rich, but they don't own a battle mech. Like, the thing that you pilot is worth like $5 million, and he's got like 50,000 in cash. Like, you have a walking bank that you pilot into combat and throw missiles at. But, however, you are super low rank. So what is the answer to this question?
Well, since I know how, since I was born in a mercenary family, I know how mercenary groups work. So I'll be helping high ranks and low ranks. I'll be the quintessential guy. You need something, just ask.
You have Streetwise, right?
Yeah, I have Streetwise.
Are you kind of like that shady guy? Are you like
I'm
the guy that's in every unit that's like, yeah, you need to get
the one that always has that special bottle of booze underneath his pillow?
Exactly. You're the guy that when the commander needed his specialty brand Vibrosonic toothbrush, you were able to pick it up even though you were in the middle of deep space. You knew just where to get that thing.
Yeah.
Do you have a trench coat? That's a great question.
You know, the Mach 12 with the sonic stabilizers, cost 9,000 credits.
Wow, did you just go full Mass Effect on me?
Yeah, I'm that quintessential guy that if you need something, I can probably get it.
Pondo, how about you?
I can work with you pretty well. All right. I'd pretty much know how everything works around here. All right. I've grown accustomed to a soldier-like mercenary life.
All right, so you spent a lot of time as a soldier, so you have no problem interacting with tankers and infantrymen.
No.
Okay. Next question. Mechwarriors all fear one thing more than even death: dispossession. To be without a battle mech is to lose that which makes you a Mechwarrior. Is disenfranchisement, loss of status, and loss of work all rolled into one? Have you ever been dispossessed, and how did you handle it? This question doesn't apply to you, English, because your family owns this battle mech. So you've never been dispossessed. Sid?
Yes.
Oh, yes. How did you handle it?
Lost my battle mech thwarting an assassination attempt on Lady
Ooh.
Katrina Steiner. And in return for my faithfulness, the government refused to grant me a replacement battle mech, hence why I am here. Loyalty is not met with loyalty.
Wow. That's really dramatic backstory that I'm going to abuse the shit out of. Can it be that your enemy rival is the one who destroyed your battle mech?
Absolutely.
This Hopman captain. Sorry, we talked about this before stream. He's apparently has a rival who attempted to kill the queen, basically. That he Mr. Presidented. Mr. President!
I was thinking maybe like, big Titanic fight, but he was beating the crap out of me, so I stack pulled him.
Oh, of course. Yeah, he set off your fusion reactor while standing right next to him, and he was like, curse you!
Just like run up, grab him, and then eject with middle finger.
Brad, have you ever been dispossessed? And if so, how did you deal with it?
I don't think so.
Okay. Pondo?
Like, I mean, he may not own his own deal, but he's always used somebody else's.
I mean, yeah, so...
I actually haven't decided.
No, that's the thing that happens, right? It doesn't have to be you own the mech. Like, if you have a mech and you lose it, it's not like they have a bunch of mechs waiting to replace that one. But you might spend 6 weeks, a year, 2 years waiting for a new mech.
Right. Most of his career has been infantry and special forces, and he's probably only recently done the Mechwarrior thing for a few years.
Okay.
And I think he's probably served with relative distinction. I feel like he has probably a pretty sparkly military record.
Oh, so you're probably one of those guys that was a veteran shooter, got a bunch of infantry badges. They ran you through a mech simulator one time, and we're like, shit, this guy's got pretty good scores.
Right, exactly.
Let's run him through, let's run him through some shit. Pondo, ever been dispossessed?
I want to say yes.
All right. How did you deal with it?
I kind of just took the bullet, and because I'm taking a rank 4.
Okay. Let's see what that.
So it's kind of like For a man who has had his pride taken away, he handled it pretty well. I just kept on doing what I know best and know everything. That comes to being.
I get the feeling
sort
that
of-
your character is like super easy come, easy go.
Pretty much, except for when the son bitches come around.
Oh, of course, the
That
people
killed
who
my
killed your
family.
parents. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're literally an anime character. You're like, nothing matters except finding the person who killed my mother.
I gotta make money.
You took 4, so your squad's second. Your rank is corporal. Actually, your rank is senior corporal. We'll just go with corporal.
I could bump it up to 5 sergeant.
5 is sergeant. Yeah.
I'll just bump it up to 5 then.
Sure.
I'll be a sergeant.
All
I'll be
right.
Sarge buddies.
I'm gonna need to get everybody's character name as well. I realize I don't have any of those.
I'll be able to come up one by
Brad,
tomorrow.
you're a sergeant.
I mean, now I'm gonna have to bump it up another one, probably.
You're gonna be a staff sergeant then? Okay.
You have to one up me.
I have no extra XP left, so yeah.
What is the starting XP, Arthur?
5,000.
5,000.
And that's with 21 years of
Sergeant.
age.
English is a trainee, and then Pondo. Sorry, I have more questions, but I'm getting this down so I don't forget it. Pondo is a sergeant. All right, next question from the list to learn about who you are. Have you seen any combat, Sid?
Have I seen any combat?
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Rad?
Yes.
Okay.
One
Pondo?
of my packages was the tour of duty thing. So
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Well, I mean, you don't necessarily see combat on a tour of duty, but you have
well.
indicated that you've been in combat before a couple times now.
absolutely.
Pondo, combat? I think
Yes.
yes, because you got dispossessed. English. This is a great question. Have you seen combat?
Yes.
Interesting. All right. So the whole unit is filled with veterans.
And he was going to lose until he told them about this wonderful 80-year-old brandy he just happened to have with him.
No, mainly I was the doctor.
Got anyone you write to back home, Sid?
My sister.
Interesting. Brad?
Yeah, he writes to his mama.
Pondo?
I'm gonna go with no.
Family's dead? No friends? Nothing? All right. English?
My training officer in the military academy.
Oh, nice.
And what did you go to the military academy for? You went for Mechwarrior school?
Yeah, I went for Mechwarrior and then doctor. For the
Was it your doctor training or was it your Mechwarrior training? That's pretty interesting.
Doctor.
Okay, so
training.
you basically write back to the guy who trained you to be
A very competent doctor.
so you
with
were a doctor.
some of my points.
How is the family this day, Sid?
My sister is the only member of my family I still speak to.
I see. Well, I mean, how's she doing?
She's doing very well. Nobility and all that.
Okay, so she's actual nobility.
Yeah.
I see.
Older sister.
Your Oni-san, of course. She's the Ojo-sama. Rad, how is the family these days?
I think mom and dad are elderly back on the farm. And the farm is, and as a result, the farm is generally in trouble pretty often. Like there are people who are constantly trying to buy their farm out.
You send
from
money
underneath
back
them.
home?
Yes, absolutely. Send money back home.
All right. Well, I hope you put enough ranks into all your skills in order to get paid a good amount.
Probably not.
I'll have to figure out your guys' salary this week. I'll send you guys some questions. Pondo, your family's dead, so I'm just going to write dead here in this category. English, how about your family?
Brutal.
They're somewhat all retired.
Okay,
Some,
interesting. Well, I
brothers
mean,
and
they've
sisters.
passed the family Battlemech onto you, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Parents are retired and siblings are still mercenaries. Going about doing the family tradition and the old mercenary
I have a
group.
question. Are your siblings out in the Explorer Corps still? Are they like jump ship technicians and guardsmen and stuff like that? Or do they work in like military corporations?
All my siblings would be here and there, some in exploring, some in military.
How many siblings do you have?
2 brothers, 1 sister.
Interesting. All right, next question. Mechwarriors, even mercenaries, perhaps especially mercenaries, acquire lifelong enemies and rivals. On the battlefield, 2 warriors and heavily damaged mechs might force a mutual withdrawal to save their precious war machines. Is there anyone you've walked away from that you burn with vengeance against? Have you wronged another warrior on the battlefield with cheap tricks, dishonorable tactics, or strikes against civilians? Sid, I mean, obviously you've got this Hopman from the Lyran Alliance you're chasing. What's this person's name?
Oh, I need to think up an appropriate name. I'm terrible with thinking up names off the top of my head, so we might have to circle back to that.
Well, yeah, we'll circle back to it. We know that you have such a person.
Yeah.
We'll talk during the week. Rad, how about you? Committed any war crimes lately?
I don't think so, but I would have to come up with the details to this, but I could see a scenario where maybe like maybe he sacrificed somebody on his own team, like a former ally, even maybe. Like if he had to make a tactical decision that kind of left somebody high and dry, like good of the many over the good of the few kind of situation.
Okay.
Like I said, I would have to suss out exactly how that might play out, or you could if you wanted to. But
oh, we'll talk. We'll talk.
Okay, that's the only. I don't imagine him doing anything.
If it's not something you particularly want to see through, then we don't need to.
Okay.
Pondo, how about you? Any enemies? Any war crimes? Any burning vengeance? I mean, the answer to that is yes. It's the person who killed your parents.
I mean, it's besides the some bitches that killed my parents.
Did you ever decide whether it was a person or an organization?
I think it's a person who, whether or not he could have like left what organization he was while he did kill my parents, I think it's up to you. But for now, it's just one person.
Do you know who this person is, or are you searching for their identity?
I think I found them, but I'm still trying to. I found out who they are. I was trying to find out where they are.
Interesting. We'll talk. English, how about you?
Thinking of another student from the Mechwarrior Academy. Died dishonored or ashamed in some way during training.
Interesting. When they died, though, was it because of something you did? Like they were forced into doing this action because of something you failed to do or something you goaded them into?
Probably from something I failed to do.
Okay, interesting. Final question. Do you use a call sign? Sid.
Death Wish.
Rad?
Absolutely. Haven't thought of it yet.
Okay. We'll talk. Pondo?
I'm just gonna go by the Bandito.
I like it.
Bandito?
The Bandito.
Wow. English?
Gold Stag.
That was a disappointing
Gold Stag. All right. We got some things we need to talk about. I'll send you guys an individual list of things we need to talk about and what skills you need to tell me that you have, so I can calculate how much you get paid every month. And based on that, I'll need to know before Sunday because I need to know how much the mercenary unit has to pay out And I trust me, you guys as Mechwarriors get paid like 7 or 8 times as much as a regular infantryman. You're like a whole infantry squad by yourself.
Seems good.
So I think we're close to the end here for tonight. It sounds like a couple of you need to finish working on characters, but I also need your names. I definitely need the names of your characters.
Maxwell Harridan.
Right, First Lieutenant. Rad?
I'll have to work on it. Names are the hardest thing for me in the whole world. So,
The Bandito, do you have a name?
I mean, it
Sergeant
could be just
Bandito.
Bandito, not the Bandito.
Obviously, his first name is the.
Sergeant Bandito.
Sergeant Bandito. I don't know. I gotta think of it currently.
English?
Yeah, I'm still thinking of it as well.
Right. Let's do some outros. I'm Arthur Perkins. This is APGamingREAL. Next week will be the first tabletop episode. As I mentioned at the beginning, we will be opening up on November 1st, 3047, on the World of Sluis in the Rim Collective, what will soon be the Rim Collective in the next few months. Our campaign will be taking place over months and years leading up to an event called the Clan Invasion. You can find out more about me by typing my name, APGamingREAL, in Google. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Like, subscribe, press all the buttons. This campaign and several other campaigns like it are completely funded by the audience. You can help fund using subscriptions on Twitch or heading to patreon.com/APGamingREAL. It's how we afford cool art like that thing you see above us and all of the other campaigns that we do. I've got almost 4.5 years of tabletop RPG backlog and 3,000 videos on YouTube. So if you like working with any of these people here in any type of system except English, this is my first time working with English, I probably have it, unless it's Vampire the Masquerade, in which case, fuck off. Any rulebook that takes 100 pages to get to character creation is doing something wrong. Looking at you, Star Trek Adventures. Speaking of Star Trek Adventures, Sid, who are you? Where can people find you, and what do you do?
Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and when I'm not here screwing things up completely and wrecking everyone's character creations, I am over at YouTube, where I do video game things like talking about industry news and other issues like BC Interactive getting booted from Steam. Finally, got a win in there. I will be working on some reviews. There's always more news coming out, and I will be having a Patreon only AMA that will be taking place on Sunday afternoon. The time will be up to follow, so make sure to follow my Discord on that, and you can probably get that from me on Twitter if you haven't seen it yet. That's about all I got. Busy all the time, and there's never enough hours in the day.
Yeah, speaking of, we didn't take a break here. We just went like
No, we
3.5
really didn't.
hours.
Yeah, we were pretty ham.
Yeah, normally we take a break at the halfway point, but we went super, super ham tonight.
We had to
Speaking
get
of
the
ham, let's talk to Raddosaurus, the hammiest person I know.
I'm Raddosaurus. You can find me on Twitter or on Arthur's Discord. I do commissioned artwork, like the artwork that you see before you right now. I had a lot of fun tonight. This was very daunting to me the first time I did it, but I'm feeling much better about it now. I'm still slow, so I'm sorry I wasn't all that entertaining tonight. But I'm looking forward to getting this started. So I had a lot of fun. I'm really interested in how this is going to play out. So other than that, that's who I am. That's where you can find me.
All right, English. I know it's like 4 a.m., but tell us who you are, who you really, really are.
Well, I am Englishmudkip, as Arthur said. This is my first time here. Where you can find me is Twitter as Arrow1233. I sometimes stream. It's very rare. You can find me as Englishmudkip on there. You can also find me as Englishmudkip on YouTube.
I'm afraid that the Time of War character gen session will burn some of my guys out. It will, but don't worry. Total Warfare is good enough to make up for it. Pondo, as someone who's been burned out this session, who I'm going to have to send a harassing mail to tomorrow and be like, Pondo, I need these things from you. Like your name.
I will have the name by
Who
tomorrow.
are you? Where can people find you and what do you do?
I'm Pondothemad. Usually play, sometimes stream, usually play video games on the internet, either at YouTube or Twitch /Pondothemad. I hang around Arthur's Discord a bit, so pop in and out. That's it.
All right. One final note before we go offline tonight. Sid is going to do some shit when we get 100 concurrent viewers. And so in honor of that, I want to point out that, whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, oh, living on a prayer. Perfect. That's exactly what people want to hear on the way out of the video.
So next week, we need...
Sorry.
Next
We'll make
week,
it,
we
I
have
swear.
to hit triple digits for the majority of the stream. And if that happens, I will put it to a vote and ideas will be generated by my Patreon for something embarrassing that I have to do for everyone. So they get to pick, and then we'll take probably the top 5 most popular and we'll hold a vote on what they get to make me do. So don't forget to tell your friends to come watch the stream next week. If you want to force me to do something really ridiculous, I know they've had a lot of truly awful ideas so far. So yeah, don't forget, you have the power to make it happen. So let's see it happen.
Yeah, next week we'll actually be moving Battlemechs across the board and making shooting noises.
Yes.
And going pew 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 pew
Pew,
pew
pew.
pew 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 pew. All right. See you guys next week. Have a good night.